just gotta bring it to their attention, dirty. That's all.
You better watch who you talking about. Running your mouth like you know me. You gon' fuck around and chill while the show me. Get caught and show me. Why one-on-one you can't hold me. If your last name was Hayne, only way you work me out is stitch my name on your pan. No resident of France, but you swear I'm from Paris. 106 carats. Total, no, that's per wrist. Tryna compare this. My chain to your chain. I'm like Sprint or Motorola. No service out of your range. You're out of your brains. Thinking I'ma shout out your name. You gotta come up with better ways and actions to get your vein. All that pressure you applying, it's time to ease off. Before I hit you from the blind side, taking your sleeves off. As much as we's lost, still hard to please boss. Don't be lying, the crying, suck it up as a loss. Cause your axe is whack, your whole label is whack. Matter of fact, I hold that. I am number one. No matter if you like it, retake it, sit down and write it. I am number one. Now let me ask you, man, what does it take to be number one? 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. What does it take to be number one?
Do you like it when I shake it for you, daddy? Move it all around. Let you get a peek before it touches the ground.
Hell yeah, mom. Love a girl that's willing to learn, willing to get in the driver's seat and willing to turn. And not concerned about that he say, she say, did he say what I think he said? Squash that. He probably got that off eBay or some internet access, some website chat line. Mad cause I got mine. Oh, don't wind up on a flat line. Oh, if my uncle could see me now, if he could see how many rappers wanna be me now. Straight emulating my style, right to the down. Can't leave out the store now. Better wait till they calm down. I got hella shorties coming asking you where the party. Oh lordy, will I continue to act naughty? Mix it Chris and Bacardi, got me thinking for sure. I'm not a man of many words, but it's one thing I know. Pimp, I am number one. No matter if you like it, retake it, sit down and write it. I am number one. Tell me now, dirty, what does it take to be number one? 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. Tell me, what does it take to be number one? Yo, I'm tired of people judging what's real hip-hop. Half the time, beat them who album flop. You know, boat done sank and it ain't left the dock. Come on, man, cause I'm hot. He just mad cause he not. You ain't gotta give me my props, just give me the yachts. Give me my rocks and keep my fans coming in flocks. Till you top the Super Bowl, keep your mouth on lock.
I'm awake.
I'm cocky on the mic, but I'm humble in real life. Taking nothing for granted, blessing everything of my life. Trying to see a new light at the top of the roof. They not see, but I speak the truth. I hit the booth, barely acting so uncool. Top down, shirt off in the cool, spreading the loot with my family and friends and my.
I mean, do I even need to say anything, chat? Do I even need to say anything at this point? Number one, baby. Number one. I mean, there you go. We did it, chat. We did it. Everybody said we couldn't do it, but I did it. I did it without one. Look at that. Look at it. Number one, 170,000 total bag here on Tradeify. Top live account. We got even more fun. If you look here, you can kind of see it. 75 days in the live account. Currently, you got $55,000. I took $70,000 in payouts. I mean, come on, chat. Let me tell me about it. Tell me how much you love me. Tell me how much you love me. Tell me how much you love me. You know, come on. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. We are back here at the BDH. We got a special guest later. I wanted to get some trading in. I want to do a little bit of trading before he gets here, just to focus on making some money. And then we got Steve coming on a little bit later. So I'm fired up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fired up here. We're getting it going. It's time to go. We've also got a little guest appearance over there. The man, the myth, the legend. A little Landon. What? Oh, they see you. You gotta talk to the microphone, bro. Little Landon over there. What are you feeling today, bro?
Straight to the moon.
Straight to the moon?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Straight to the moon.
Straight to the moon, he says.
On
All right.
open, 100 points.
100 what?
100 points on open.
100 points straight up at open. Oh,
Yep.
hey, obviously this is not financial advice. Don't take the financial advice from the troll girl, but maybe do. We'll see. Big moves already. I don't even what's going on. I guess there was some stuff in the Euro ECB press, something going on over there. But a big move there in the markets from the 750s up there to the 21,900s. You know, well, let's go. Big manipulation. Big manipulation. Getting ready here for market open up. Still got plenty of time. And like I said, we got Steve coming on later. Steve will be here a little bit later. I kind of wanted to focus on the open, make a little bit of money with you guys, and then we'll have Steve on here. You know, let's focus on making some money, and then we do the guest chat. So, Trump, China phone call. Trump talked to China president. Oh, okay.
That's what made it jump so high?
What time is Steve? Steve will probably be here, I think, around 10 o'clock, right, Ginger? Yeah, probably a little bit earlier than 10 o'clock, but let's focus on the open, make some money, and then we'll worry about Steve later.
What about news today? Any news?
What about news today?
Yeah.
I think it's tomorrow is the news. Is there news today? Landon's over there asking about the news. He wants to know. I think. Let me see what the news is here. We've got non-farm payroll tomorrow. So non-farm payroll tomorrow and unemployment rate tomorrow. So it's going on. Onlypropfirms.com. If you guys haven't checked out the prop firm comparison chart, it's pretty cool. You can go and compare all the best deals. Basically, like go on there, click it, and then figure out exactly who's got the best deals right now. Looks like Tradeify, $93 all-in cost right now for the 50K account. That's everything for their growth. And then My Fund of Futures, 50K. Take Profit Trader, 50K. So looks like Tradeify, My Fund of Futures, Take Profit Trader, all kind of the best deals right now in the market. It gets funny, though, because when you go to like the 150K, it kind of changes up a little bit. Because then, actually, Apex is the cheapest. So Apex is the cheapest if you go to the 150K account, but for the smaller accounts, the 50K accounts, it's a little different there. So we're getting ready here. We're doing it live at the BDH. We got Steve coming on later. It's been 6 years. I mean, I've actually seen Steve since then, but it's been 6 years since he was here on, since I was at his office. I went to New York, went to Steve's office, and then now we're back here. So we're getting ready. I moved some stuff around. I moved the cars around. I moved the simulator into the other room because, I don't know, I need more room for cars. Got the McLaren behind me. Got the GTR. We got the new truck. We got a new off-road racing truck. We got the big truck. We got the Aventador. I don't know where the fuck the Aventador is, but it's coming at some point. It's going to be here. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. All right, Landon, what are you looking at over there? What you like? What do you? I think right on the week right now. What are you up? What are you up on the week
like
right
almost
now?
1,000.
Almost 1,000 on the week right now.
Yeah.
This guy.
'Cause I made 350.
Let me see.
yesterday.
I'm gonna. Holy shit, he is.
Am I?
No, you're literally up $822 right now.
Not too bad.
Landon trading, obviously trading an eval, not a real account. But hey, he's up $822 in the Take Profit Trader eval, trading only micros.
Pretty
Look
good.
at that. He's hitting 70% right now.
70%.
70%, my friend. That's pretty epic.
That is. I'll
Dang.
take that.
Can you come trade for me? You trade my real account?
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, you can trade my Tradeify account.
Yeah, let me blow it up.
Oh, man. How old is your youngest boy? How old is my youngest boy? My youngest boy is 12. Almost 13.
Youngest boy.
My youngest boy. Hey, young boy. All right, so let's stay focused here. We got the chart right now. Pull it up. This is the 5-minute chart on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq, big move up. Hit that pivot point. Look at that, 21,900. I had a long earlier, and I only got like 30 points because I put my sell target up here in the 90s on my personal account. And let me just make sure there's no positions open over there. All right, yeah. No positions open. Woo! You ever I get worried sometimes. I'm gonna ask you if you got worried. I feel like you're a trading guest over there. I'm interviewing you now, but I got like sometimes you walk away from the computer and it's like one of those things where like did I close out all of my positions? Did I? It's always like kind of a funny. Like even yesterday when I was done trading, I texted Brett Simba and I was like, hey, can you just check my Tradeify account to make sure there's no open orders? Because I don't know. It's like kind of like closing the garage at home. You ever feel like that, Landon?
Yeah.
You forget to close the garage, you get in trouble. Your mom's like, ooh, you didn't close the garage. Landon's problem's waking up going to school. That's your problem. You just forget to wake up. It's not that you don't want to go to school. You just forget to wake up.
I don't think I want to go to school.
He don't want to go to school no more, he said. I'm just going to trade. Uh-oh. We've made a monster. What's your first car going to be?
Raptor? Bronco, maybe.
Bronco Raptor? Maybe a Bronco Raptor. Ooh. That'd be good. That'd be a good one for you. Got to get you something big so you can be safe. Put a roll bar. I'm going to put a roll cage in there. Bulletproof glass. Tires that don't run flats. Sirens. Yeah. Helmets. Full harness. Yeah, I don't trust you driving. All right. We are getting fired up here right now. The Nasdaq, big move up to this morning. This morning, massive move up there. 21,899, pushed right up there to that pivot point. What a wild time to be alive. Look at that hourly candle. We took out the low, we took out the high, and the London high, the London low, all on that 8 o'clock hourly candle. So, what does that mean now? Do we continue this move? I mean, hey, the bulls have been on a tear. You've got this high back there, May 29th, that high at that 850 area. So, I mean, it's crazy. It's funny because if you remember, just recently, everybody was like, oh, man, the market's going to zero. It's going to be the worst crash ever. It's going to be the worst crash ever. Black every day, they said. It wasn't just Black Monday. It was going to be a black everyday crash. And if you would have read the Wall Street Journal, you would have saw the article in there talking about Patrick Wieland buying the dip. It was funny because the reporter from the Wall Street Journal was like, yeah, I've talked to a lot of big hedge funds. I've talked to money managers, and everybody's, they're worried. And I was like, nah. It's time. It's time to go long, baby. Trump's got to make this move. Market go to the moon. Come on. It's just simple math. What goes down must come up.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Has to.
Well, look at that. We are literally getting close to that all-time highs. I mean, what a wild push. I mean, what a wild move. Massive. Just massive move there. So, we're going. No tariffs, no crash. There you go. Looks like that's the play today. All right, so we're getting ready here for a market open. And we've got Steve Kalayjian coming in later. Right now, we got a little guest appearance from Landon, who is actually up $800 on the week right now, hitting about 70% win-loss ratio. I mean, he took the Patrick Wieland course, clearly. Clearly, he's trading bull flags and bear flags, baby. Look at that guy. Not bad for a 12-year-old. What's your secret, Landon? You have a secret?
Nope.
No secret?
Just trade.
Just the feeling.
Yeah.
You just feel it.
No, I just trade, hope.
The best part is you have no idea what you're doing, but somehow you make money. I don't understand it.
Clue.
You have no clue.
I don't use lines.
Bull flags, baby. You don't even use lines? Look at him. He's throwing shade at me now.
I don't know half of them.
He's throwing shade at my bull flag lines. Don't be talking about your daddy's bull flag lines.
I don't know how to use it.
You don't know how to use it.
You just
numbers.
You just click buy.
Just click buy.
You just click the buttons.
No, you do some shorts too.
Oh, I do some shorts.
Yeah.
I was making a ton of money on shorts yesterday.
Well, because the market was going up.
Yeah.
It's hard to make money short when the market's going up, bro.
Not always.
Not always?
Not always.
All right. I like it. I like your theories on everything. You got it all figured out, man. All right.
What's that?
It's the garbage truck. Sounds like my truck, but it wasn't.
Hey, it thing's loud.
Up or down? What do you think, Landon?
Definitely up.
Definitely up?
No doubt.
Oh my God. You said that like 3 days in a row now. I'm kind of worried.
Well, it's been going up 3 days in a row.
I know, but
pretty
I'm
much.
kind of worried because now you're just like confidently saying
so
it's going to go up.
So much trust.
You have just that much trust in
So
Trump.
much trust in it. It looks so strong.
Oof.
So strong.
That's amazing. All right. Well, Landon thinks it's going to go up. What do you think, chat? What do you think, chat?
Straight to the moon. Past the 900s.
Past the 900s at open. Oh my. Okay. Wow. Well, we'll see how she plays. We need to pull up. I need to pull up another ES chart here. Look at the ES. Oh gosh. What is this one? No, not that one. I need another one, but I need to. I'm trying to figure out which layout is the one that I want. Okay, there we go. All right. Obviously, the ES right now getting real tight there as well. ES, Nasdaq getting tight here in this triangle into open. Oh, what did I tell Landon to make him more confident than the whole entire chat? To be honest, I didn't tell him anything.
Yeah.
I haven't told you anything about. I mean,
I don't think. Yeah. I
don't teach you nothing, boy. I think he's just just absorbing knowledge. Absorbing the knowledge. Lots of liquidity at 770. All right. It's in the genes. Born with it. He's born with it, he said. Well, it's a good time to make some money either way. Am I trading the ES today? No, I'm just looking here at the ES to see what's going on. We're right there at that pivot point, 5,995. We've obviously got the Nasdaq looking very similar. If you guys are just now tuning in, I need more likes on the stream. Guys, come on. Are you kidding me? We need more love. We need more likes. We got a 12-year-old here on the stream, and if we don't have 1 million likes, it's messed up. It's messed up. So, this is, I think this is all I need to ever talk about. For the rest of my life, when anybody has a question, this is what I'm going to show them. Just, okay, Patrick Wieland, number 1. What do you want from me? There you go. It's on the board. I'm on the board. Tradeify live account, number 1 profits, number 1 everything. Untouchable. I'm untouchable. We're doing it. 12-year-olds trading better than Patrick. Well, don't make this a contest, okay? Don't make this a contest. He doesn't have to worry. If he blows up his account, he don't care because he knows that daddy's got millions of dollars. Whereas if I blow up my account, nobody's gonna take care of me. Yeah, see, it's different. You got an advantage.
I do got an advantage.
You got a huge advantage. One day when you're rich, I'm gonna come live with you and I'm gonna trade all day and I'm gonna get so rich. Oh. That's a promise, that's the deal, right? I take care of you when you're young. I wiped your butt, put diapers on you, took the diapers off. You should have seen how nasty your little diapers were. Okay. Right? So now in the future, you got to put diapers on me and take care of me one day.
Okay.
That's how it works. I'm just saying. So, when I'm like 80 years old, I want a nice car to drive. I want a nice house to live in.
Okay.
You got me?
Yeah.
Deal?
Gotcha.
I'll take care of you. I'll buy you your first car if you make sure that you take care of me in the future.
Okay.
All right, I'm making a contract. It's like a prenup.
Contract?
Yeah, so basically if I buy you a car when you turn 16, then you have to take care of me when I'm 80. So you can hire like a really hot nurse to take care of me if you want, so you don't have to change my diapers. That could be an option as well. 6 foot tall blonde. Only if Victoria's not. I mean, she probably don't want to change my diapers anyway, but just if she's not still around. So, all right, here we go. Nasdaq pulling back here again. 21,800 area. The VWAP to the downside, 780s. We got yesterday's close down there, 766s as well. And we're getting fired up here, getting ready for a market open right now. And that 21,000.
What did that set up, right?
21,800 area there holding up for now. So we'll see kind of what we get going as the market opens up. Right now, pulling back there, just dippity dipping. So any news today? No news today. The big news is tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big news. We got What was it? What's tomorrow? Some numbers, some job numbers, I believe. Who's the boy? That's my son. People in the chat. They're what? Yeah. That's the boy. You don't want to trade the open with me? Come trade the open with me. Steve's not gonna get on for a minute. Yeah, entertain the chat for a second. What's up?
Let's go, chat. Should I make a poll? I'll make a poll. Poll.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the big house for sure. President Trump issues travel ban on 19 countries. Which countries? Hopefully know where we're going. Is Hawaii a country? You're gonna get banned from going to Hawaii. Trump said no more Hawaii. Too much aloha. Too much aloha over there. Did you put a trade on already?
No.
You didn't do anything when I was gone? You didn't tell the chat what to do? What?
I made a poll.
You made a poll?
Made a poll.
Wait, you made a poll?
Yeah.
How'd you make a poll?
I'm on the Google account.
Dude, this is crazy. Look at this kid's making polls now in the chat.
Everybody says it's gonna work.
Hey, at least you know if I want to retire from streaming, you can just take it over.
Take it over.
Just take it over. He's ready, baby. Oh, man. What a legend. What a little legend.
What do you think's gonna happen at Open?
Oh, shit. I think it's going to chop around.
Yeah, it probably will.
I think it's going to get a little choppy.
It's gonna be very choppy.
We had it's kind of a crazy move there. It's either, we're either going to squeeze up, take out those highs. The other option obviously is we sell down, take out those lows. We're just in the middle of that big candle. So just kind of a hard spot right here. Really just depends on what happens at Open. If we get above kind of like that 830 area, that London high, then, kind of target that 21,900 level, but it's tricky. Look at this guy. Rip or dip at Open. Damn. All right, right now 72% of the chat think we're going to rip.
I think I agree.
You agree?
Oh,
You're going to go with the chat?
Yeah, probably.
You're putting your faith in the chat?
Is it a bad idea?
If your life depended on it, would you do it?
I'm not depending on the chat though.
Oh, he's not dependent on the chat. The
No.
chat is depending on you.
No.
Stephen Kalayjian's here in the building at the BDH. He's coming on here after a little bit after market open here. We're going to focus on that first 15 minutes, make some money, and then we'll get Steve on here to break it down with us today. So let's go. Is it a bad idea? I don't know. I normally try to fade the chat, but right now the chat, 72% thinks it's going to go higher at Open. Shit, dog. Mile High Trader, found your next car. 1,000 horsepower Escalade. I've already had the Escalade. I had an Escalade V already. Not that fun. Not that fun.
It was comfy.
What?
It was comfy.
It was comfy, but it wasn't that
Yeah, it
wasn't that
anything
cool.
Crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Definitely nothing crazy. All right, so the 15-minute chart, we can see we've obviously got those highs up there, 21,900. The lows down there, 21,700. So the low, the high, and we're pretty much right in the middle of those two lows. Two highs and lows. The highs and the lows are in the middle there. So let's see what happens. I saw someone in the chat said it's a dip. That 1 minute, 140 point spike on the NQ is unsustainable. Yeah, famous last words. Absolutely famous last words. Yeah, Patrick, there's no way the Nasdaq can keep going up. It just went up 100 points. Okay. Sure, buddy. Yep, no way. Anytime somebody says no way, I'm like, watch this.
Just do the opposite.
Yeah, well, because we know the Nasdaq will do whatever it wants to do. It don't care about some guy named Stewie McGooey in the chat. The Nasdaq don't care about Stewie McGooey. And Landon don't either. So we're fired up here. Let's see if we can make some money today. We got that pivot point there, kind of right there at the London high, that 830, 840 level. After that, 21,900 to the upside there. Patrick, you don't expect range-bound delivery? I mean, I don't expect anything. That's what I think people really get confused about here. I don't expect. All I expect is I'm looking for a setup. I'm looking to make money. I don't try to predict what the market's going to do. I just wait for a good setup. I look for momentum. I take a trade. I get in. I get out. So that's all we're going for. You know? That's all we're going for here. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. No, it's not rocket science. Right now, the ES as well, pretty much like right there at that pivot point. We've got, obviously, the VWAP to the downside there. That 6,000 area for the ES key level here. If we look at the hourly chart, I mean, what? Did the ES break the all-time high now? Or no, wait. There we go. Back there, yeah. So ES right now, how far are we from all-time high? We're about, what, 150 points for the ES all-time high. Nasdaq, about 1,000 points from the all-time high. So we're pushing here. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's obviously Friday. We got numbers, big numbers tomorrow. The market seems to just kind of be gravitating higher this week. And tomorrow, job reports and some other fun stuff. So right now, let's just kind of see what happens here at open. We got 7 minutes till market open. 7 minutes. 7 minutes, Landon. 7 minutes. Steve's gonna come on here after about 9:45. Let's gonna focus on the open, make some money, and then we're gonna have Steve on. He's here. Don't worry. He has not gone missing or anything. He's not even late. He actually showed up early, so he's already on my good graces. Ginger's telling him everything. I hear him, brother. Caleb Hudson. Are you Michael Hudson's? Is that Michael Hudson's son? If you don't know who Steve is, well, you probably have seen a video of Steve before on my channel. One of the most watched videos on my channel, actually. You can see here. This is the last time that we filmed a video back there 6 years ago at Steve's office in New York at the time. So exciting to kind of get him on here and talk shop. What's funny is I wasn't even trading futures. When I first started, when I first went to Steve's office, at the time I was trading like small caps. I was trading like normal stocks. I wasn't trading futures. So it is quite funny to see where I'm at now and how all I do is trade futures, right? All we do is trade futures now, and look at us. Look at us now, chat. Look at us now. We're doing it big, big, big. So right now, just getting ready for market open. We got 5 minutes here, obviously. Gonna give it a little bit of time. The VWAP to the downside there, 21,780 area. I would like to make some easy money here at open. I made $5,000 in my personal account this morning. I put a long on this morning, and then it instantly got filled when this candle went to the moon. You gotta love when that happens. You know, you gotta love when that happens. So look at that. Nick said that my video with him turned you into the markets. I mean, 4 million views on a video on YouTube. I pretty much think that at some point, if you're a day trader, you've seen this video pop up on YouTube. It's a legendary. Look at me. I look so young. I think I look better now. Do I look better now or better then? I look fat there.
Here today in Connecticut. We're gonna be hanging.
God, it's so weird to like hear myself talking 6 years ago. I feel like I talk different too, everything. I don't know, I think I look better now.
Talker office. Check it out.
Even my voice back then was just like weird.
What's going on, guys?
Look at that. I don't have like, I don't know, I think I look better now. Oh God, sorry. Guys, I don't know why. I gotta stop doing it. I put Jason in the corner. I had to move Jason. Or the editor, sorry, I use his real name. Now he's gonna get doxxed. But I had him over there in the corner, but now I put the McLaren behind me because, well, I mean, you know. I'm gonna put the Lamborghini, hopefully the Lamborghini gets done this week, and I can move it into the BDH there, so. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here? Nice and easy, ready for market open. We got about 3 minutes here. 3 minutes, my friends. Landon, what do you like over there, buddy? Still liking the long, straight up, 100 points at open?
Definitely.
Just 100 points at open.
100 points at open. Straight to the 900.
I might have to get short. Should I short you? Should I fade you?
No, you should.
Should I fade the 12-year-old?
You should.
Oh man, that's pressure right there. Now I'm worried. Now I'm worried. Oh man, fading the 12-year-old possibly.
I mean, the short doesn't look that bad, but it's like right now it's kind of just whatever can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything
I like
can
that.
Happen. It's not
Anything.
like I don't feel too strong about anything.
Ooh, he don't feel too strong about anything. I
But
like
I do
it.
have way more confidence in the long.
You got more confidence in the long.
Yeah.
The chat was 75% long based at open, so let's see. Pretty much now it's like 820. We get that 820 break, could probably like 840, 860, and then 900 to the upside there. Obviously the VWAP down there, 782s. You got about 2 minutes till market opens, people. 2 minutes. If you haven't already hit that like button, Steve said he ain't coming on the stream until there's at least 1,000 likes on it. I don't know. That was his request. He said, Patrick, I'm not going on there until there's 1,000 likes. He's camera shy. Help him out. You know, get him pumped up here. Get him pumped up here. I would move his camera down, but then Steve's tall, so it would just mess it up. No, we're gonna wait.
Yeah.
You gonna
up.
what?
I'll just back up.
You gonna back up?
Back up.
Yeah, don't fall off the back.
There's like the border.
Oh, well, don't fall off.
Fall off.
Don't fall off, man.
Two minutes.
1 minute.
1 minute. Yeah.
1 minute.
I'm ready.
Oh shit. People in the chat are taking trades based on my 12-year-old now. Guys, do not listen to the 12-year-old. Come on now. If you lose money on the long at open, don't blame my 12-year-old. All right? Don't even.
I think everybody should hold a long at open.
You can't say that, bro. This is not financial advice.
Yeah, it's not. It says it on there.
Oh
No,
god.
You gotta listen to the stream.
Oh god. He just said I think everybody. Oh god, this is gonna be bad. I'm gonna get sued. I'm gonna get sued by 4,000 people now because they listened to my 12-year-old. Blew up all of their accounts. Oh man. This is not good.
Let's see. 20
This
seconds.
is not good. We got 15 seconds here. We're gonna find out if my 12-year-old blew everybody's account up or made them money today. Oh god, they're Landon.
Oh.
A lot of pressure here, buddy. No pressure. No pressure, Landon. Oh gosh, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Oh. Oh dang.
Oh god.
Okay. Push back up. Come on.
Oh god, it's going up, Landon.
Looks pretty good. I might get in at the 830s if I see more support. Maybe like the 40s. Nothing too crazy right now though.
I mean, it is going up. It's just
going
not
up.
like going up 100
It might
points.
just have to chop up slowly.
There, I mean that's also probabilities as well.
Yeah, it's probably just gonna get up there slowly grind up. It's still going though.
Still going.
I might get in at like the 40s. Is it gonna?
Wait, why are you gonna get to the 4? Why didn't you get in already?
I didn't hold at the start because you convinced me enough.
Oh, now he's blaming me
No,
for it.
I'll blame you now.
Now it's my fault.
Oh, it's all-
Landon.
it's all
Oh,
your
it's
fault.
It's Landon's fault.
I should have held the long, but it's fine. I think, yeah. All right.
Landon. Wait, you're long now?
Yeah, I got in at like the 34.
All right, Landon's long at 34. Where's your target at?
I'm looking for like the 60s, maybe.
This is amazing. I swear. All right, Landon's long. Let's see what happens with Landon's long right here. This is his screen that we're looking at.
Can't see. There's so much glare.
I mean, I feel like if you should have bought 820s.
Yeah, no. Oh my gosh.
Oh God. Oh, welcome to the real world, boy.
No, come on. Give it a chance.
This shit ain't easy, son.
Give it a chance. Oh, okay.
This shit ain't easy, son.
My thing just froze. It's frozen. It's frozen. Oh my god. No.
Hey, you just learned a good lesson.
No, I'll make it back.
FOMO is real, my friend. FOMO is real.
I don't know why. That was a bad entry. That's bad.
I can't. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. I think it's hilarious that right where you got long is where it dumped. And then he yells, "It's freezing! It's freezing!"
It did freeze. It dropped so hard. My screen literally froze.
Oh, fuck. That's epic. All right, we're dumping back down here now.
Might be able to get down to 20.
Oh, Landon. I'm just happy you got to experience what it's like to get
Yeah, now I got to
absolutely destroyed by the Nasdaq there. Hey, at least you only lost $180.
Only.
You got to, or are you getting long?
Wait, no, I did not mean to get long.
Well, you're long now.
I'm getting out now.
Now you're out?
That's 20
Well, you made
bucks.
10 bucks.
I made $10.
Well, you got to cancel all your orders, bro.
Yeah.
Now, it might have been a good long there.
Maybe. I did not mean to go long. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, hey, I think you needed that. You needed a little bit of humble pie.
Yeah, I did, definitely.
You were getting a little too cocky, bro.
I think I was.
Mr. Oh, I can just feel. He's got feelings now. Whenever you start having feelings about the market, that's when you know you need to run away. That's when you need to be done for the day.
Nah.
Stop feeling, start trading. All right, so here we are. We're bouncing around at the VWAP. This is kind of that chop that I was worried about here at open. So let's see how this kind of plays out. If we're going to hold up there with the VWAP and maybe get a little bounce back up here. But just got that big old candle when the news or whatever news happened there. So just got to be, ooh, it's pushing, Landon. See, your long might have been really good there from the 80s. You could have made your money back.
I could have.
No, it would have
I wouldn't have made it all back.
Would have made it all back.
Would have made some.
All right.
It would have been some.
All right. Well, we get 1,000 likes here on the stream. We're going to bring Steve Kalayjian on here. He's ready. He just said he's in the makeup room right now. And he said, I'm not going on there till it's 1,000 likes. Tell your people they better get liking because I ain't going on until it happens. I'm trying to think about, should I take a long here? What do you think? I don't know.
I would actually go long.
You go long here?
I would.
All right, I'm going short.
Now you're going to lose all your money.
Oh, God.
Should have gone long.
I did not go short or long. I'm still waiting. We're just in this chop right here.
Oh,
gosh.
just going to keep grinding up there.
All right, we got 1,000 likes here. I think we gotta swap you out here in a minute, Landon.
All right. I think I'll go to the other
Once
setup.
Steve comes out of the makeup room,
Makeup room?
we'll get you out of here. We'll put him on.
Okay.
You got any final last things? How'd that lesson of the week go for you today?
It wasn't a lesson.
It wasn't a lesson?
I'll make it all back.
You're gonna make it all back?
Make it
Oh,
all
now
back,
he's really
please.
talking like a degenerate.
Nope. I'll make it
Now
all
he's
back.
really talking like a degenerate
I'm gonna
gambler.
trade 10
I'll make it all back, no problems.
No, I should not have got in there. That was a terrible entry. I know that. That was a bad entry.
I don't know why you got in at 840. You probably should have just got right at it. If you were so confident on the long, should have got
I
open.
mean, I was gonna, but like,
I thought it was my fault. You would have probably gotten long
I
without
would've.
me, and you would have taken your 20 points, and you would have made money.
I would have. But I thought about it too much. Need
Well.
to start clicking the buttons again.
Well, while we chop around here, let's do a little guest swap out here. We'll swap the guest. Bring in the real guest.
Should I log out on this, or what should I do?
You can just leave it on there. All right, Steve. He's back. He's alive. People have been asking about you, man. You're the most asked about person on YouTube. Right there's your seat, my friend.
Thank you.
It's I was telling people earlier, it's such a wild ride. Life is wild, right?
Wild.
I met you 6 years ago, and here we are. It's like I went to your office. I didn't even know how to trade futures. You actually were like the guy that like, Patrick, you got to trade futures. I'm like, Steve, I don't know. It's scary. You're like, there's nothing to be scared of. Just start trading, get into it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it all began. So big thanks for Steve. That's gonna be your microphone there. You got to kind of like keep that like right in your face. We're kind of like radio vibes around here.
Okay.
And then you're kind of like, that's your camera there.
Okay, got it.
So you're in there now. So yeah, tell everybody, anybody who doesn't know, who's Steve Kalayjian? How long have you been in this world of trading?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I have to say thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, put that. It's like I know it's really annoying, but help him out, Jason. Come on, man.
It's first
Microphone
of all,
guy.
Thank
Yeah.
you for inviting me. And the second thing I want to say is, from the bottom of my heart, I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
Really. I'm so happy of all the good fortunes that have happened to you. Your beautiful son, your beautiful person in your life and your success, and that means the world to me, really. I swear to God.
Yeah,
Really
no,
does.
hey,
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Steve.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. I was like, you messaged me about having lunch, and I was like, let's do the BDH instead.
Yeah.
Because I know we're going to talk about everything anyway, so I'm like, let's talk
Oh,
about
right.
it
So much to talk about.
in the public. Let the world see kind of the story of it all. So,
So
right now, NASDAQ is holding up there at the VWAP. Need to let this 15-minute range play out, and we'll get it going here. You've been around the game for a long time, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Right? There's always the different arguments on who created what strategies, who did what. But like for me, I have like my bread and butter right now has been the 15-minute opening range. Right? But that's been a strategy that's been around since the dawn of time. Because, back in the day, you literally just waited for that first like 15 minutes of market open and you're like, all right, we're going up. We broke that first 15-minute range break. So now I'm just going to ride it. But it's sometimes I think it gets weird because 20, 30 years ago, traders didn't have as much information as they have now.
That's
Right?
1,000%.
So it's just like back in the day, it was like, hey, if we break above 800, I'm getting long. But I don't know why, but it's like I like the momentum.
Yeah, back in, when I first started, everything was the opening range. People would say, okay, if it broke out from the opening range, I'll buy it here. And things that right now, the math and the way the algorithms are working right now, the way I look at everything is all based upon divergence patterns.
Yeah.
So today coming in, I knew there were monster divergences on the bigger time frame. So any rallies, I say let them have them. And when they pushed up through 6,000 and they failed, you saw the drop. They were all divergences.
Yeah.
So things are constantly evolving, and it's all based upon the market conditions on liquidity and on divergences, and that's how I look at the market overall. And more and more people now are trading futures than I've ever seen.
Well, it's also, what's funny is even when I came to your office 6 years ago, the NASDAQ was not moving anywhere near like it did now.
Right.
Back in the day, if you had a 100-point day in the NASDAQ, that was a big day.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, now we get 100 points in a minute.
They moved yesterday 100 handles like nothing.
Yeah.
I
remember literally being at your office being like, all right, guys, let's get our 2 handles on this like 5-minute candle.
Yeah.
And then it's like a big day. But now, it's a joke.
S&Ps back in March were moving 30 handles at a clip. NASDAQ was moving about 150, 200 a clip. Even yesterday at 12:15, I had a good buy signal, and the S&Ps ran 20, NASDAQ ran 100. It's just, you got to brace yourself for these type of moves. You can't be trading for 5 points on the NASDAQ. It's a joke.
Yeah, well.
No, you can't do that.
All right, here we go. We're kind of dipping on down. I think that data low, we took out that low from that big candle already, and then straight on down. Should have faded the 12-year-old. Do you, when it comes to like the news, I think we talked about this before, but when it comes to news, headlines, all that, do you care much about it, or?
I wait for the dust to settle.
Yeah.
I let the number come out. Yesterday factory orders didn't come out as expected, and market didn't like it. But it's still, my software was telling me I was still in buy mode on the 15, 30, and hourly time frame.
Yeah.
So the dip was a buy.
Hey, Jason, we just try to, we just got to get that mic a little better. It's just help him out. I think it's got to get closer. You got to it's got to be like 2 inches, because if it's not, then it won't pick it up as well.
Got it.
These annoying microphones. All right.
Beautiful studio, Patrick.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was back 6 years ago when I came to your office. I was trading in my closet at my house, had my little setup there, and here I got the BDH now.
There you go. Look, beautiful.
You're down in South Florida now, right?
I'm in Jupiter.
Yeah, look at this guy. No more ice on your cars. No more
more.
snow to worry about.
Over. No.
I remember literally being like, when we were in Connecticut, you're like asking me, you're like, Patrick, like how's Florida? I'm like, dude, Florida's the best. Mm-hmm. It's hard to beat, especially with the no state income tax.
Oh, plus the fishing,
the
beaches, the weather.
And it's America, baby. Come on.
Greatest.
You're right down the road from Trump. Come on, The neighbors of Trump up there. Where else would you want to live?
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
All right. Well, it is, so I'm trying to think about like how much the world has changed since the last time I saw you. I went to your office one time. It was like kind of during COVID, because I went the second time. The second time I went back, it was like people were wearing masks and stuff, and it was like everyone was kind of scared. Yeah. And people were like, "You're gonna go to New York?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to New York." They're like, "What about COVID?" I'm like, man, I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
I was hopping on planes going everywhere.
Yeah.
Mexico. I was all over the place. I didn't care.
Hey, we survived. Someone in the chat said that you have not aged a bit. I think you look younger. I think that sun in Florida is getting you looking good. Vitamin D, baby.
I go down to Juno Beach. I hang out at the beach there. I'm 62 years old. I love it, man. Are you kidding me? After a long day, I'm 4 miles from the beach.
Yeah.
That doesn't suck.
That's yesterday, me and Landon, we were trading. We made money. After we made money, we left. We went and got lunch, and then we got our haircuts, and we were driving down the road, and Landon looked at me and goes, man, life is good. I'm like, it is, right? It is good. We're lucky to be where we're at, lucky for life. And I saw an amazing stat the other day. Like the chance of being born in America, I think it's like out of like pretty much like being a human being. Like I think it's like 5 or 6%, right? Mm-hmm. You might be born in India, like because there's like imagine like okay, as a human you're born somewhere in the world,
right.
But the chance of being born in America is obviously very, very slim. Mm-hmm. So that alone, being born in America, being an American, that alone is like. Is worth its weight in gold.
Damn straight.
Right, you've seen it. You've been in the biggest rooms and the biggest banks and seen all the big money out there, and there's just nowhere like it. America, at the end of the day, it's the land of opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely, the greatest country in the world.
I love it. I love it. I remember. I was like, I'm pretty sure Steve's pretty pro America.
Damn straight.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I had the big American flag hanging.
Yeah,
in my
exactly.
office.
All right. So right now, Nasdaq still just kind of chopping around here. What's your, like you said, so this morning you were kind of looking at the market like, hey,
I was
these
bearish.
big pops.
Yeah, I was bearish
looking for some type of pullback.
I was bearish on every new high.
Yeah.
I had huge sell divergences on the 30 and 60-minute time frames, and I just told my audience last night, I said, let them have them.
Yeah.
I said,
don't go chasing it.
No way.
But how are you feeling just recently when we were selling off massively? Were you bullish, like long-term, obviously?
When we hit that 61, 66 level, my target was 61.80, and I said, we're going to get a pullback to 5,700, and people thought I was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And then when we pushed down to like 48.32 on that Sunday night, and I said, they're not breaking 4,800. That's the breakout level. And we were like almost 700 points from the moving average on my work. And I said, we're going to rally here sharply. And we did. I thought my first target was like 5,600 and 5,800. And people said, you're absolutely crazy. No way. We're going. I mean, there were some technicians calling for 3,500. I'm like, these people are.
I did an article in the Wall Street Journal, did an interview with the reporter, and she told me, she's like, all the big funds, all the big money managers, they're all, taking risk off. Yeah. Everybody's running right now.
Squad.
And I'm like, what? You're running on a dip? Like, I saw it. For me, I was loading up. NVIDIA, anything that was getting hit massively, I saw it as a massive dip.
LuxAlgo was trading like 162 or 140, whatever, 155, and the stock's up 100 points from there. I mean, it's hilarious. They were just dumping things at.
I just can't imagine being a money manager and literally selling at the bottom here.
They did.
That's what they did.
And here's the worst. The hedge funds got short on the way up.
Yeah. No, I saw that as well. I saw the retail as well. What's funny is, we had that big drop. Retail was bullish, basically. And then it gets lower and lower. Everyone turns bearish. Mm-hmm. It starts pushing back up. And everyone's like, oh, it's time to buy puts.
This is the first time I can honestly tell you in my 41-year career that the retail public actually was buying massively on that drop.
Yeah.
Massively.
I mean, it's hard not to, because you just know long term, if you're investing in quality companies, like they're going to go back up. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week,
well,
but
I have a different look at things. I look at this as a way of saying the game's too big to fail.
Yeah.
Right. And they're not.
USA's too big to fail.
Yeah, USA's too big to fail. But you're talking trillions of dollars in the equity market. They're not going to let this thing fail. They'll do whatever they can.
Yeah. Print more.
Print more, cut interest rates.
That's what people don't understand too. Is like whenever they're printing more money, stocks are more valuable. Right, because stocks there's finite.
Right.
They're not printing stock every day, but they're printing money that buys stocks. So that's why obviously the value of stocks go up over time because of inflation.
I mean, when I first started, the Dow was, what was it, 700-800? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
40,000 now.
I think the last time I was at your office, you had a hat that was like 10,000 Dow or whatever.
10,000.
Yeah. Nasdaq still making new lows here, just dipping straight down there on that 5-minute chart. Ooh, right through that pivot point there. I was looking for maybe a short, but. I have the old saying, buyers like to buy low and sellers want to sell high. It's always scary kind of shorting into those lows, especially like, as the market's just moving straight down there. That 15-minute range right now, we broke the 15-minute range to the downside. There's your 945 candle, and we've basically sitting right there at that pivot point there as well. That's one thing that I've been using a lot of over the last few years is like pivot points. Mm-hmm. Previous day close, always money for me. I love like if we're opening up really above the previous day close, It's
look
just
for
kind of like,
pullbacks.
Someone's taking profit, trying to get that pullback.
You want to get the pullback.
Yeah, you want to get that pullback into the previous day close. Same thing if we're, if we had a big sell-off, it's like kind of want to get that push back up. Because again, it's like, buyers come in and they see it as a discount and they want to kind of get that push back up. So right now, just kind of sitting down there below the 15-minute range.
Making new lows here.
Yeah, just keeps making the new lows. What do we got from here? Got yesterday's low, 650 area, pivot point to down 670s. So,
But I still have buys on my work on the 30 and 60-minute time frame, so this may hold here for a while.
yeah,
But I'll tell you, intermediate term, I'm really bearish. I mean, if you look at those gaps below the market, those gaps, there's a huge gap on the S&Ps in the 56.75 level. And I think that gap's going to get filled. A couple gaps can get filled before we turn back up again
makes sense.
between now and September.
It does make sense. All right,
I think
so
when I heard you walk in, I heard you say you were going to call a short. They just dropped 80 handles.
my 12-year-old talked me out of the shorts this morning.
You were long over there.
He was looking for the longs all morning. He was way too bullish. I was like, why is my 12-year-old so bullish right now? Someone said, any tips from Steve regarding divergence?
Oh yeah.
What's your tips on divergence?
Yeah. So
is
basically,
it? I think a good question is it just like simply black and white?
Oh,
or is there
absolutely.
a lot more to it, right? Though.
well, there is like for example, I look at divergences when I look at my multiple time frames, 15, 30, and hourly, and using my indicators I have. So like yesterday, for example, when the S&Ps printed the 59.99 level, we were making new highs. MACDs didn't confirm, and then the other oscillator, my overbought, oversold oscillator, was getting overbought into the negative MACDs, and I said, let them have them. And within no time, they dropped like 25 points on the S&P.
Yeah.
So there's different variances of divergences that I use, but it's plain and simple. You can really, it just like jumps right out you.
Yeah.
You can see it.
And you're looking for divergence between like the ES and the Nasdaq, different indices, right?
Yeah. So basically, I do what's called correlation studies between the continuous contract futures markets and the underlying ETFs. So the continuous contracts trade nearly 24 hours in a day. So the math is completely different using the underlying ETF, which is regular session from 9:30 to 4. So when they align, you better be going in that direction. You better be going in that direction.
No, I think I always say like, hey, sometimes if the Nasdaq's making new highs and the ES is like kind of building up to push, then I'm more confident to stay long in the Nasdaq because I'm like, hey, the ES has not even made a new high yet,
right?
And it's about to. And if that happens, the Nasdaq's obviously gonna keep kind of going,
right?
Whereas like sometimes I feel like people are like, oh, the Nasdaq made a new high, I got to get out, and I'm kind of like, well, look at the ES. ES has still got plenty of room to like push to a certain level or resistance or whatever.
And sometimes you see the inverse. You'll see the S&Ps making new highs and the Nasdaq not.
If the ES is making new lows while the Nasdaq's like stuck in a range, I don't want to touch it, or I'm going short maybe. You know.
Yeah.
So maybe I look at divergences, but just I don't classify them as divergences. But I'm always looking at the ES, the Nasdaq. Are we taking new highs? Are we making new lows?
Well, that's a form of divergence.
Yeah, that is divergence.
Yeah, it's a form of divergence.
Look at that. We're a lot more similar than we thought.
That's it.
I think if you can get that microphone just a little closer, Steve. I know.
That's a good 50 handle rally just now.
Yeah, look at that. I think you just call it. Look at that. 50 points, Steve. Cash him out. Landon, did you get long on Steve's? You didn't get longs. He just said to get long.
I said I had buys on the 60-minute time frame. Come on, get in there. Come on, pull the trigger. Let's go.
All right. That's a good way. I think people always ask me that. You've dealt with, actually we had some traders in here who said that they've had phone calls with you, said you were a great guy, never met you before, but spent an hour talking to you about trading and stuff. So what do you probably get this question a lot. What do you suggest for traders who are gun shy? If you don't want to pull the trigger, what do you do? How do you get over that?
Well, you have to have confidence, number one, right? And basically, my 5 key words is consistency, discipline, confidence, patience, and passion, right? So you really need the confidence to pull the trigger. You really can't start thinking about things. See the pattern, trade it, and then just basically just go with the knowledge of believing in what you're seeing, So to me, as someone who's just a beginner or a novice, you want someone to really, really just focus on, just hitting singles and doubles. I tell people all the time, because I got drafted out of high school to play baseball, and baseball was my life. I could have played baseball 20 hours.
What position did you play?
Center field.
Oh,
huge.
He has some home runs before?
I was more of a singles. I would bat at third, single, double. I was always on base, but never like the power hitter. But the thing is that I always tell people, if you're going to trade, try to be these type of players: Pete Rose and Rod Carew, always on base, always hitting singles and doubles. When you're trading prop, you always want to keep going. Set your goals for the day, because I tell people all the time, the freaking market has no soul, right? And if you could take money out of the market every single day. I have people, who have 4, 5, 10, 20 accounts. They make $500 a day on 5 accounts, $2,500. I mean, I'm even happy with people just making $50 to $100 a day. That helps change their lives. And that's why I'm doing this, because that's why you're doing this, to help people change their lives. You are inspiring people.
That and sports cars.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, hey, nothing wrong with making money,
No,
make some money and change lives.
That's absolutely.
Well, I think that's a great way to look at it. I tell people too, I'm like, hey, size down. If you're afraid of putting on one mini, put on a couple of micros.
That's it.
It's just
scale into the position.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to go,
20 contracts just freaking out of the gate.
Pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger, Steve says. I like it.
That's another one here. Pull the trigger. Let's go. T-shirt man.
T-shirt. All right, so Nasdaq right now kind of just chopping around here at that 700, 730 level. Getting some buyers kind of coming in here, pushing it back up. There's that pivot point right there at the bottom of the 15-minute range
as well. We got underlying
as
strength here. I'm not bearish yet till those 60s reverse. I tell you, one of the greatest things the CME ever did was I was actually having dinner with the head of the CME, actually in Chicago. He invited me, and we were having dinner, and he says, I'm going to be launching the Bitcoin, the micros. And he said, but the board wants me to start with the Bitcoin futures first. He says, we have millions of people on our CME simulator. And I said, Jesus, when you launch the micros, it's going to be one of the biggest products the CME is ever going to have. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, those micros really have changed people's lives. Really.
Yeah, I know. Really. I mean, it just kind of really opened up the door, for traders.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people I could see being gun shy if you're trading 4 or 5 E-minis,
Yeah.
And, sometimes when you put on a position of 50 lots, just think if you, like with us, for example, you do a 50 lot, it's $2,500 a point, but to most people, the micros have really been a savior, especially in the prop world,
Yeah. Kind of trying to push back up here into that EMA for now. Let's see what happens. Kind of getting stuck there at that EMA. Kind of put in that higher low there. Just to kind of build out a bit of a bear flag here. Kind of watching, possibly putting on a short here. If we lose that 740s, right there at that pivot, there's that dip through the 40s. We'll grab a short. See if we can't move on down there. All right, we're short here at the 730s now. I want to try to make new lows possibly. Would be my target here. Let it ride. What's your thought process on the whole letting it ride? I know you like the getting on base.
Yeah, I do a lot of scalp trading, but when the pattern's set up, like last night during the Tokyo session, I was teaching, and there was a beautiful pattern off the 15-minute time frame, and I told the person this thing's going to drop minimum 5 to 8 handles, and it dropped exactly 8 handles on this.
Yeah.
So you have to know the pattern, right? And each pattern, pretty much the time frames I look at, 5, 15, 30, 60, and hourly. Normally the trades last anywhere from 1 to 8 bars, so I don't look at candles, I look at bar data. So anywhere from 1 minute to 40 minutes, and within 35 minutes, sometimes you let them ride, sometimes it depends. But like a couple of days ago, I was scalp short in the highs, and one of my guys said, well, we're in a big uptrend here. I said, yeah, but I'm looking for a pullback between 12 and 3. I'm not buying them up here, 98, 97, and boom, they went right down at 215 down to 769, 68, and then we caught the 15-minute long, and it ran up about 20 points on the S&P. That's when you could take advantage of these type of moves off of the bigger time frames at times.
I like it. Well, here we go through the 20s now. I'm looking for that 700 break.
There you go.
Get down through 700s here.
Did you add more at 40?
No, still. I go all in all the time, Steve.
Single lot entries?
Just 15 contracts, baby. No time for pussyfooting around. We're pulling the trigger, bazooka style.
There you go, baby.
Let's get there to the 700s.
Kabooshed.
Come on, Steve, give it to me.
Get in there.
Call the market makers.
There you go, baby.
Call the market makers,
There
Landon.
you go. Lower your stops.
No, sir.
Lock it in, baby.
Never.
Lock it in.
We'll never lock it in. All right, put my stops right there.
There you go. You got 30 handles. Beautiful.
I'm going for the 700 break here.
That's a big number, though.
What's the ES doing? ES is making new lows. Just need to lose that 700s there. Oh, come on. I mean, this is the setup where you're gonna get it's gonna be a big payday down there at the 670s, or we're just gonna chop around here at the 700s and be annoying.
It's a big number, that 700.
I know. You're not wrong. But, I mean, the trend is my friend right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, just need a dip. We're at stops at break even here, basically.
That's a really interesting thing. A lot of people don't know how to do that.
Break even?
Break even or lower their stops.
Yeah.
I mean, I got people constantly saying, like, I don't even use stops. I'm like, what, are you out of your mind? I mean, like, preservation of capital. I mean, do you drive in a car with no brakes? I mean, what the F?
No, you definitely want brakes, especially when you have a big, fast engine like I have.
That's exactly right, man. Look at that 700 level hold, brother.
Oh, man. Took out 5 there. And stopped out. Break even. Chopping and chopping there. Well, back to the drawing boards. Here we go. So we couldn't make new lows there, which is fine. We got stopped out. Still up 2,000 on the day there. So I think that was an easy, $15,000, $20,000 trade if it would have just gave us that 700 break. Back up here, 740s again. Do you have any rules on if a setup doesn't, if you see something that doesn't work out right away, do you how quickly are you kind of back to it again?
Oh, right back.
Yeah. Like if you get stopped out on a short and it starts pushing back up, are you just right away all right, I'm looking
I'll go
for
right back in.
Yeah.
Oh, no way, man. I'm not letting that bastard beat me. You crazy? No way.
I ain't letting this market beat me, boys.
Absolutely not. No way. Look at that 40 handles like nothing. Look at that 50.
Back up
That's
here.
because those 60-minute time frames.
The VWAP right now at the 775s. She's right there at that pivot point there. What's the ES doing? I guess, yeah, the ES was sitting right there at that pivot point too. I thought the ES was kind of already going, but I think it found support right there as well. So Nasdaq back up here for now. ES back up.
S&Ps are 40 off the highs. Nice little bear flag setting up here.
Nice little bear flag. Now it's a bear flag. I don't know. I think VWAP back up there to the 70s maybe.
Probably a really great short up there.
The little VWAP retest. Or the market's just going to stop me out on that short from earlier and then go downtown again. We're back. We're right there at that 730s area. That's where I got stopped out. Now I got to see what happens 730s. What are you doing, Landon? You making money or what?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
It's not good. He said kinda.
Kinda.
Kinda making money.
Oh, that's a scary.
Money, I've lost money, but I'm
That's kind of scary that we're kinda.
need some more since the open. I went from down from 200 to down from 100.
Well, hey, you're getting it back.
I'm getting back.
Don't look at your P&L. Just focus on the trades.
Never look at your P&L.
Not my money.
Not my money, he said.
Dad's money. Yeah.
What some people ask about time frame, but you trade bar charts, so it's a little different.
I don't use candles.
Yeah, no candlesticks. And why? What's the method behind that, or the theory?
I can't stand the colors.
Yeah, just a personal.
Yeah, it's just personal preference.
Yeah.
You know? I love the bar data. I keep it one color. I can see the patterns really crisp and clear. The time frames 15, 30, and hourly. It's a combination methodology and then sequences of the way the trades are entered. 5, 15, 15, 30, 30, 30, 60 minute time frames. So I studied this like for like 10 years. I could see how everything aligns.
Yeah.
They may test that 60 handle.
Doing something here. Do-do-do-do.
Market's been really quiet a lot of these days lately.
Quiet?
Yeah, I mean periods are like just moving like nothing.
Yeah, well, it just kind of the last few days just been kind of grinding almost.
Not like March, they're moving 30 handles out of
Yeah,
clip.
no, we got spoiled for a minute there.
Oh
It's
my
funny because
God.
you go from
Love that.
the insane amount of volatility, and you're like, oh my God, when is this ever going to end? And then you get back into kind of the consolidation levels, and
Yeah, normally in the summertime that happens.
yeah.
But that March was wild. Love that.
Well, what's the old saying? Sell in May, go away.
That's all bullshit. Yeah, it's all bullshit. Marcus,
Sell in May, go away.
I don't believe any of that crap. Trade what you see.
There you go.
That's it. Right here. Another t-shirt.
Steve's leaving here with the whole bag of t-shirts.
Oh, I'm a t-shirt nut. All my crazy sayings. I got some stuff in Urban Dictionary.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Shit.
They're going to test a 60 handle. Watch.
Trying to get up there towards that VWAP now. 5-minute chart.
There you go, 60,
the middle
bro.
of that, where there's yesterday's close there at the 66 area, 65 area. That's a nice little pushback up into that. When he says handle, he basically means like the dollar on
A point.
a point, basically. It's old. That's the old school.
That's old school.
That's old school handles and ticks.
Yeah, I don't look at text. Handles.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
Well,
everybody asks me that. They say, I say, S&P's move, 8 handles on this pattern. I'm like, what the hell's a handle? I'm like, okay, 8 points. It's
Yeah. Why did they? What's the definition of the hand? Why? Like, where did the handle come from?
From the pits in Chicago.
Yeah.
They came up with some phrase.
Instead of a
back then.
point, it's like handle.
Yeah.
Like
10 handles.
10
like that,
handles. Yeah.
in the open outcry. I don't know. I visited the CME about 4 years ago. Wow,
Yeah.
what a shame. Unbelievable. They just dropped 17 off that 60 print. 20. There you go.
All right, now where do we go? Now where do we go here? Back to that 740, 730 level again. Right there at the pivot point. Now I'm just going to chop around some more. ES is kind of like curling up here a little bit more than the Nasdaq, I feel like.
Bounced good off the lows there. 10 handles.
Yeah.
10 points.
960s back up there, the 970s on the ES. VWAP on the ES is 981s. So I think I forgot what it was, but your dad worked on the American Stock Exchange?
Oh my God, what a great memory. Thank you for honoring him. Yes, he worked on the Amex. When I was 16 years old, he said, "You come take a day off from school, you're going to come to work with me."
This is not to date you, but what year was this?
Oh my God, 16, I was 1979. He says to me,
79. I wasn't even born yet.
damn.
It's old school, baby.
I'm old school, baby. Right? So he says to me, I want you to take a day off from work and I want you to come to work with me. And at 9 o'clock, come to this address, walk up the stairs of the American Stock Exchange, and I'll meet you there. So as I'm walking up these 25 steps, I see my father standing at the top of the step. And as every step I'm getting up, I'm hearing this roar on the floor, right? And I hear, "Ak Nov Dis." I'm like, "Dad, what's the Ak Nov Dis?" He said, "October, November, December, you idiot." I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a fun day, And it was all the options. And Intel was there, DEC, digital equipment was a big one back then, Motorola. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy shit, And I said, I just, all of a sudden, I just got a rush in my whole body. I said, man, I love this shit. Every day is going to be a different day.
Yeah, it is.
I love it.
You never know what you're going to get.
I love the fact that you can challenge yourself every single day. I love that.
And you've pretty much just been wired into the market ever since then.
Wired.
79. That's a run right there, my friend.
Well, no, 79 is when I went on the floor. I started in 83. So this August 1st will be 42 years.
Whew. Steve been doing it longer than I've been alive.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it, though.
What's crazy is you've seen so many different markets, right? Like you've just seen all the different markets, the different people, the different big players, the different hedge funds and stories along the way.
I've seen everything, dude. I saw negative 45 oil. I called up. I said to my kids, I'm not filling the pool up. I'm filling it with 24,000 gallons of oil.
Yeah.
I said, I tried to buy oil. They were paying you
to take the oil.
Take oil.
Yeah.
You couldn't. They only could liquidate it. I said, a negative 40 oil. I'm like, are these people crazy? I'm like, I've seen a lot.
Yeah. Well, there's what, 700 now, again, kind of bouncing back up there off that level. ES, look at the reaction on the ES there, just holding that 60s, 960s again. So when the market gets in this type of area where we're chopping or
You're scalping,
we're sitting in this, are you trading the range or are you waiting for something to happen?
You're scalping the pattern.
Yeah, just scalping the range.
3 and 5 minute time frames. Would have been a great short at 60 on the Nasdaq.
Yeah,
right above that, a little bit above that VWAP there. Landon got short, right, Landon? Yeah, he got short. See.
And Nasdaq back up there to that pivot. ES just chopping around here, holding up for now.
You're in a tight range here.
Yeah.
60 handle range on the Nasdaq. S&P is probably about 10 to 12.
Well, that 5-minute chart is just going nowhere.
Nope. So this is where you just try to take advantage of like the small scalps in and out.
Yeah.
In and
I
out.
try to just like don't even play into these ranges because I know that I'm not that good at scalping the ranges. More of a momentum. So I need the break of a range to be like my next kind of setup to take a trade. Was kind of what I'm looking for there.
They just ran 35 points like nothing.
Someone says, "Can you explain how you scalp the range? How do you scalp the range there?"
Well, I use my oscillators, looking at the patterns, looking at to see if the divergences, like if the MACDs are negative into the my pivot lines. So I scalp based upon different methodologies, you know. But overall, it's using the various different time. I don't use anything smaller than a 3-minute. So 3/5s I look at. But again, you know, you have to, you know, when you're scalping, you're going quick in and out.
Yeah.
You know, quick in and out.
Quick in and out. Well, it looks like today will be a good quick in and out type of day because we are just absolutely going nowhere here. Oh, da, 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 da.
But then Nasdaq hit 21,830 and down 100 handles off the high, 100 points.
I should have faded my 12-year-old, man. I had a little bit of an idea of fading the 12-year-old, but he's been on fire all week, so I was a little hesitant, to be honest.
Damn, what happened over there?
Yeah, exactly.
You got
3 days of green, you get a little cocky.
Ooh.
You know, get a little cocky. Now you're down 42? All right, well, you only got $40 to go. Get back green on the day, baby.
Oh, it sounds like a pro.
Still just stuck at that pivot point there, the 740, 730 area. We were going nowhere for now, so.
No, I mean, even when you have ranges like this, you just sometimes just sit best.
Yeah,
sit
best to sit them out.
Yeah,
that's what I always tell people.
You know, you don't have to.
I mean, when you got, you know, if you have a 100-point up and down, like good trend, like when it's like ding, 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 then yeah, you can be kind of playing into that range. But when it's, you got a 20-point, 30-point range, just kind of with no real direction or even just action there.
Yeah, that's why you got to have patience. Just be patient.
Yeah.
You can't trade every tick. You know, you'll go. You know, you'll end up really
go blind.
You go blind, and you end up hurting yourself.
Someone says, from here, think high of day is coming. Okay. I like it. Let's see. Hourly chart right now. Not very pretty looking.
No, I think the highs are in for the day.
Highs are in for the day. The man with 40 years of experience has called it. Highs are in. All right. Verse Dan with futures in the chat. Dan does futures. Someone goes, how do you stop over trading? You got a theory on that?
Oh, yeah. You hit your goals, you stop.
Yeah.
That's it. Discipline.
So you think put a goal on the day?
Yeah, so one of the greatest stories of my life was when I was on the COMEX. I met a guy who ended up being one of the biggest gold traders in the world. Actually, gold and then oil traders in the world. Worth several $100 million today. And he told me a story, and he said to me that he was a clerk making $100 a week in the COMEX, where he would feed orders into his broker. And then he got married. His wife was pregnant. He said, "This is the only time in my life I have to quit this job, making $100 a day. Sorry, $100 a day, $500 a week. I'm going to go into the gold pit as a local. If I make $100, I'm going to stop. And after 1 month, I'm going to bump it up to 200. So when you're a trader in the COMEX back in the open outcry days, and you're going, 40 for one, 40 for one, and nobody's going to really trade with you because these guys like Revco and big firms, they don't want to have an out trade. If they're selling 100 lot in gold, they want 50-50 like that. They're not going to go 50, 49, and 1 to you, right? So it was very difficult. So he made his goal. Then he bumped it up to 200, then 300, then 400, then 500, right? But he always taught me something, and I took what Steve taught me, and he said to me, when you hit your goal, you stop, right? And so when I started trading, my goal was to make $100 a day for a week, and then I bumped it up. And then in 1991, I think I made like $1.8 million. And I kept on bumping it up every single week. And I think the way you stop over trading is when you hit your goal, you stop. And you still watch, learn, and listen, like someone like you, right? So if your goal is $500 or $1,000 a day, you're up 2,000 right now, right? So some people should just stop, watch, learn, and listen what you're doing and teaching them, right? That's, to me, is wisdom right there. That's how I would look at things. Over-trading is a problem. And here's the biggest problem most traders have. Revenge trading.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst. I do that. I do it.
Revenge.
You like that
trading.
short earlier. You put a short on, and then you're like, fuck. And you get mad, and you're like, I'm going to put a long on, and then it just chops some more.
You say F, you say fuck, and then you want to short them again.
Yeah, or you double down. Doubling down.
And you say,
I've blown up too many accounts doubling down on a position.
So when I was trading the equities, and when I was going really hot, buy 20, buy 30, buy 50,000 shares, buy 10,000 shares, buy 30. So one day, my assistant, a couple of trades were going flat on me, losing a little bit. I said, I never forget this trade. I said, buy 3,000 Pfizer. He said, 3,000? I said, fucking buy 3,000 Pfizer, like that. So he asked me at the end of the day, he goes, why'd you go from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 shares on your trades to only 3,000? I said, because the mindset is I want to get back in my groove.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that.
So, yeah. So
size down.
If
you're not seeing it, size down.
Be involved and size down.
Okay.
But you don't revenge trade. Worst thing in the freaking world.
I like that. It's a good way to look at it. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's also, I've seen, people, they talk about like, hey, when you're seeing the market good, that's when you want to size up. That's when you want to, go hard.
Yeah.
And then when you're in, you're not feeling it, it's not working, then you don't want to size up. That's for sure.
I've seen it with the best guy. I work with the best guys in the world. I work with one of the biggest hedge funds in the world the last few years. And I've seen even those guys, when things are going, off a little bit, they size it down.
Yeah.
But they're involved though.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
a difference.
That's probably like for people trading maybe with a prop firm or trading futures, you hit your daily goal of the day, you make your $500. You could always trade the micro. Trade one micro if you want to just like keep kind of being in it.
Just keep being involved.
I like that.
Keep learning. Keep learning every second, every minute of the day. Keep bettering your life. Keep bettering yourself, but learning. If you hit your goal for the day and you do 1 or 2 micros, you're not going to get killed unless you let it go 50 handles against you,
Yeah.
But to me, I think every second that you're in the game is a learning experience.
Yeah, no. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, that's for sure. All right, so again, Nasdaq just pushing back up here. We are just in absolute chop zone here. It's hard to really do anything. I'm listening to Steve over here, When you're not in it, when you're not feeling it, stay out of it.
Stay out of it.
Let something happen and then get excited. Then be like, ooh, there's what I wanted to see happen.
Like right now, this is like,
It's all, this always happens whenever I have like a guest come to the BDH, the market just decides to be total dog shit. Every time. It's like story of my life. I think it's
all right.
Well, I know, but it's just like it's more fun when the market's like, doing stuff and you're talking about it, it's happening. But when the market's chopping, you're like, oh,
yeah,
maybe it's a good time to talk. Maybe it's a good time to talk about it. So you traded basically at the American Stock Exchange.
I started on the American, then I went to the big board.
Then you went to the big board.
I was a member. Then I went to the COMEX. Then I went down to Chicago Board of Trade. And then I went upstairs trading prop for a guy in 1991, made about 1.7, 1.8 million dollars. Took whatever money was given to me. It was supposed to be 30%. So I walked into his office. I said, Joe, can I ask you a favor? I said, I started a new firm. Can you pay me 50%? He goes, Stevie, you deserve it. He wrote me a check for what, 900,000. And I said, can I ask you one more favor? He said, whatever you want. I said, can I take the chair I was sitting in? He said, absolutely. So I took the chair and I carried it down 5 flights of stairs.
I see. The funny part is I could see you doing that. That's the best part about it. Like if anybody would do that, it would be Steve.
Yeah, I was so freaking.
You love that chair.
Loved it.
You still got that chair?
I have it somewhere. But I was so superstitious.
That's $1 million chair right there.
Oh, fucking A. But I was so superstitious.
Yeah.
I said, that chair, you know, and it was a beat up fucking chair, dude.
Yeah.
But I was not moving out of that chair, you know.
That's amazing. I need that chair, man.
I mean, these chairs are damn good.
Yeah, well, these are. I like these little chairs too. You know, we do it nice at the BDH.
There you
nice.
go, man. I love the orange. Orange is my favorite color, bro.
Really?
I had a Harley Davidson Mandarin orange.
Oh,
Custom
it must
soft.
be a thing about, you know, people that trade the markets and make money.
Love
they
pastel
like the
colors,
orange.
man. Love the McLaren.
Yeah,
Love
I know.
it.
That's the Miami blue right there.
That's it, baby. I love it. I'm a
Oof,
pastel.
got the little orange on there too.
I'm a pastel nut.
Yeah.
Oh, I love pastels. Hate dark color shit.
Yeah. Well, here we are, back up to
57.
Yesterday's close again. Got the VWAP coming up there. That white line is my VWAP there, 70 at the 768, so like 70 level now. The way I look at it is if we get back above VWAP, it's kind of telling me, like, hey, now I could be looking for maybe a long above
Boom!
VWAP here.
Kaboom.
Look at that, pushing.
72. So I told you those 60-minute time frames are holding underneath. I knew those numbers before I got here.
The what?
60 minutes.
The hourly?
Yep.
All right. What'd you trade at the CBOT?
I was going to trade the 30-year bonds. I was trying to get a membership to get into the bond pit. That was insane. Oof. That was insane, that 30-year bond pit.
What I mean, it's always like you hear different stories about people, you know, trading in the pits and all this stuff, and it's just a totally different ball game. Like, you know, because you're trading, but you're also like the big players are in the pits with you, so you know you're looking at them like, oh, why are they buying 1,000 right now?
Yeah. So the institutions and the big guys were always on the outside.
Yeah, at the top.
And all the peons were down below.
Yeah.
And those guys knew everything. Those guys knew where the markets were coming.
Well, then what? Well, because back in the day you had the big contracts.
Yeah.
The big contracts.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what do they move? What was it? $200 a tick?
$500.
$500 every
Yeah.
dollar. Fuck.
Yeah, my friend Victor Sprandio, Trader Vic. I know Victor for close to 50 years. He was the biggest S&P trader, I think, probably in the United States. Still talk to him until this day. And he, he was monster, buying like sometimes a couple hundred big ones at a clip.
Yeah.
It's no joke.
And then you got the Chicago bounce or whatever it is, where you just buy, you get long at the end of the day, and then you just head to the airport.
Gone.
The Chicago, the O'Hare bounce or whatever, the O'Hare trade. Don't come back.
It was so crazy. The guys who were the big traders on the outside of the pit back then in the old days, they would hire somebody, get them like a membership, and they would get there at 5 o'clock morning to hold that spot. Until
I've actually heard about that. Yeah.
And they would hold
That's
the spot
hilarious.
until the guy walked in.
What time did the pit actually, what time could you stand in the pit?
Like, well, Chicago time, probably around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
Then you got the big number come out at like at 8:30.
Yeah.
But those bastards would get there like at 5 in the morning and sit and stand there like a just hold the spot.
Yeah, that
And then
makes
the guy
sense.
come tap him on the shoulder, go, get the fuck out. I'm taking your spot.
I'm gonna pay Landon to go hold my spot. Hold my spot, Landon. Well, we're back to the VWAP now. Now we can, be looking for the longs, I guess, if we can kind of build out a bit of a flag here.
Just ran 80 handles off the low, 90 off the low.
A wild time to be alive.
Probably short at 90 for a trade scalp, maybe.
I kind of liking the idea of targeting those 820, 830s again. If we get this, I would like a bull flag kind of pullback here, but that would be I just don't. For me, I look at it like I just don't see it just stopping in the middle of this range again. It's kind of like the market loves to like take out those higher time frame highs and lows because everybody's kind of like, everybody that was loading up short down here at the bottom is now going, damn it, and they're covering.
Just short on the lows.
What?
Just short on the lows. This is short covering.
That's what I mean. Yeah, these is 100%. Like this pump right here is not. It's not just because buyers decided to start buying.
No, these are the morons who sold 20s.
Exactly. This is the guys have been selling the bottom all morning long.
Guys are selling 10s and 20s.
Yeah. Oh. This is also always
Landon's been bullish. You back up, brother?
Uh-oh.
He's
Shaking
quiet.
his head. He's been
I don't know.
shorting.
When somebody's quiet, look
Oh,
out.
he's quiet.
He's quiet.
Oh, he's
short.
quiet. Oh,
Gold's been on a tear. You ever trade gold? Man, that's...
I've never traded gold.
Oh my God.
But for me, it's like I just feel like I'm doing my thing with the Nasdaq right now, so I'm like I don't really want to mess around with anything else.
I'm more of an S&P guy though.
Yeah, I know you're an ES guy all day.
I love my S&Ps, man. Greatest to me. I love it.
Well, I tell people, I mean, if you're a newer trader, if you're starting out, yeah, ES all day.
Yeah.
Just it's a little bit cleaner, it's a little easier to read. Nasdaq, you just get the wildest stuff with the Nasdaq sometimes. The ES just pushed back up there to the VWAP, which is funny because ES hits VWAP, Nasdaq really hit nothing, but you can see how now Nasdaq's kind of pulling back here. So I think we got some correlation here in the markets.
Yeah, I think they're gonna
markets are correlating.
They may roll over here a little bit.
Well, see what here with the ES. If the ES gets above those 80s, there's that pivot point up there, 84s, 85s. Kind of bull flagging here. Someone said that the Nasdaq is for speed freaks. Oh, I like my speed, baby. Go fast, take chances.
You got to get in there quick. You got to be a master of that matrix, man.
Well, the thing I love about the Nasdaq is through all the back testing and everything that I've done, I've basically, I've confirmed to myself that hey, if there's a good bull flag setup, there's a very, very high chance, 70% chance that I'm going to get my 20, 30 points. Just because that's that's how the Nasdaq moves. It's like, hey, if we break a key level, there's a very good chance, even if we don't go higher, that we're going to at least get, 20 points, 30 points.
So you look for 30 handles on the move?
Yeah, I mean, if I can get 30 points, that's a good trade. If I can get 15, I'm not gonna, if I don't get greedy, I kind of watch it. Once I'm in the trade, I'm watching it. I'm like, hey, I'm looking at it. If it's not really if it ain't going, then I'll just take 15. But then as soon as I take 15, it goes 30. But hey,
anywhere, I think my 18 to 22 great trades a day.
Yeah.
In on the index futures.
You trade all day.
It's all day.
I'm like, yeah, see, I try to get done by 11, 12. I want to be on the boat. I want to be on the boat chilling by 12 o'clock.
I don't want to leave my office.
I know you love it. I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna get out. I try not to look at the markets either. After I'm done, I try to be done. Right? Even this morning, I try not to look at it until I'm ready to trade. Because I'll end up looking at it and I'll be like, ooh, and I'll trade it.
Once 4 o'clock comes, my mind, I was out with a friend of mine, a Goldman guy, and when I was having dinner with him, and the whole time I'm talking, he's not even answering me. I said, Joe, this is the last time I'm ever going to dinner.
He was on the phone looking at the market?
He's looking at his markets. I said, I can't do this shit, man. I'm done. This is
it's no fun.
Finish your dinner. I'm done.
Life's too short to look at the markets all day.
Life's too short. 4 o'clock, out the door, I don't think of a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Well, I tell people that. I'm like, hey, you can't trade all day. You just can't. You can't trade all day and then all night. You got to live. So at some point, you got to turn it off. You got to stop looking at your phone.
Right.
And just get, wait for the next day.
Go on with your life, man.
Yeah. No, I see the traders who try to trade the Asian. They try to trade the London. They try to trade the New York. I'm like, it's too much.
Here we go.
It's too much. A little pullback here.
Nice little scalp short there. Just dropped about 15, 17 on the Nasdaq. There you go. There you go.
Let's see if we get that VWAP touch, maybe.
There you go. Landon short. He listened to Uncle Steve, right?
You got long.
You got long. I'm calling shorts up there. Oh. Look at him, caboose.
Right down there to the VWAP now.
Look at that, Patrick. Just dropped 25, 30. Let's go.
That whole number.
Dude, pull the trigger.
You got out or no? Oh,
You got to raise your stop.
Excuses, bro. Excuses.
Landon, you got to raise your stop.
It was like 3 cents off. It was like 25 cents off.
I knew they were going to roll over.
Right back down there. Yesterday's close again, 760s.
I trade 40 handle drop. Love this game. Swear to God, I freaking love this game.
What was it, 1030 now?
That was a pretty damn good drop. 50 handles, Patrick.
I mean, you're not wrong. There it goes.
But kabooshed.
ES got stuck there at the VWAP. ES stuck at the VWAP. Nasdaq back down here now.
I trade better without. I should come here more often.
You should.
Look at this freaking drop.
Somebody tweeted.
I'm only 40 minutes away, actually.
Back to the exactly where we kind of broke out earlier.
God,
Once
60
again.
handles, 50
Crazy.
handles.
And just back down there to the pivot point again.
Oh my God, 60 handle drop.
Well, no bull flag up there to look for a long for now. So 5-minute chart just gave all that back up. Huge engulfing candle there. You can see how the ES pretty much got stuck there at yesterday's close. That 981 area. VWAP and all that, and then just rolled right back down.
Landon, you know what they say, right? If it's good enough to get out of a long, it's good enough to go short.
Oh. Put that on a billboard.
There
Bumper
you go.
sticker.
On
If
a
it's good
t-shirt.
enough to go long, good enough to go short.
Good enough to cover a short, good enough to go long. Another one, inverse. What's this, a 5-minute chart?
Right now,
Or
that's
woman.
a 1-minute chart. This is the
So in
5-minute chart.
literally in 5 minutes they dropped 60 points.
Yes, sir. Gotta love it.
Love this shit. Love this game.
All right. Now the question is, do we lose that 15-minute opening range and make new lows here? Do we make new lows?
That 700 level is a big number though.
Yeah.
Huge.
Well, we're 40 points from it, so.
Yeah. I mean, look at this range. They rallied 90, they dropped 60. I mean, you know,
The range is real.
yeah.
Really accelerating here. Something's tweeting.
Boom,
Something's tweeting.
kabooshed.
Somebody's tweeting.
I'm green.
250?
I made 250 from that short.
There you go. You're buying lunch.
Landon made $200.
That was a big short.
There you go. 80 handles off the high. Damn. Told you gonna roll. I told you gonna roll over. Got Uncle Steve was telling you, get in there. I'm trying to hint to you,
Uncle Steve.
right? Get over here. Give me a high five. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Good job, brother. Good job. Let's go.
Well, Nasdaq dumped down there to the 720s, right back up again.
Things on crack today.
She's on crack.
Steve, what's your opinion on ICT concepts? Lol.
Who asked me that?
Somebody in the chat.
Oh. I don't look at anything but my own work. I've heard of it, but, you know, I don't deviate from what I do. I know a lot of people have different views on it. I heard about it. I looked into it once or twice, but it's not something I would look at. And again, I spent nearly 10 years of my life building my software, so I'm confident in what I'm doing.
I like it. Filter out the noise, focus on what you know.
Exactly. Be great at one thing, not good at many.
Amen.
Another
You
t-shirt.
hear that, Landon?
Another t-shirt.
You hear that, Landon? Be good at one thing, boy. Not everything.
Where's Ginger? Ginger, we got a lot of t-shirts to make up here. There you go.
Well, now what is this? You see that? Now what do we do, Steve? Just back up to 800s again.
Damn, something just came out.
Something's happening.
With Trump tweeting something.
How do we go? We go up 100 points. We go down 100 points. We're back right up 100 points.
I told you that's you got big buys on that 60-minute time frame underneath the market supporting it. Before I left, I studied them.
Trump is live with China.
Ooh, there you go.
How's he, like, live on where? Just on whitehouse.com.
Oh, no.
Hello, it's me, Trump. Yes, we're gonna be. Everything's gonna be huge. The China guy's like, no, speak English. We want to make good deal. He's like, yes, huge deal, huge.
Huge. Everything's huge.
I'm gonna come to China and fucking put a big old American flag right in the middle of it. Well, Trump is something's happening. Back up there above 800s now. We could make new highs here today. Trump just needs to say the right thing with China.
Oh, there'll be 900 bid.
Yeah. China go big. Big, huge China. Big China. Oh, you're looking it up?
He's on the phone with China.
Yeah. Call China real quick. Find out what's going on, Landon.
Landon, get in there. Call the press secretary.
Yeah, exactly. Make the market go up, bro. The what? If you buy, it would go to the ground? Nah. Oh, I guess China TV was discussing their call. You don't know. All right, up there, 21,810s. I mean, we're just pretty much stuck around this 15-minute opening range now. It's hard to really do anything here.
Nah, you gotta let the dust settle here a bit. Damn, they just dropped 30 handles. 40 now.
And just sitting there at that 760 area. Yesterday's close, the VWAP, all that stuff there. So tricky. I mean, then right now, the problem is right now you put a trade on, and then 1 second later, It's just up or down 100 points.
Got to wait till they stop talking. If they could rip 100 in your face.
Rip it. Now you're going to the moon? You're green on the day? No, I'm saying, are you green on the day right now? Hell yeah, boy.
Damn straight.
Uncle Steve.
There you go. Get in
Uncle
there.
Steve gave Landon all the good juju.
There you
Oh,
go. There
buddy.
you go. Boom.
Oh, buddy.
I told you. Look. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Almost there to the 840s now. We made new highs. Oh, sorry, because I logged in. Kicked you out. I wanted to see your P&L. You're up $40 on the day. Landon's up $40 on the day. Let's go. My 12-year-old making more money than people in the chat. Some guy on Twitter, he's like, stop calling him your 12-year-old. I'm like, well, he's 12 and he's mine, so I'm gonna call him whenever I want.
Look at this. Trump news.
You have a son, right?
Yeah. Steven.
How old's your son?
He'll be 26 tomorrow.
Whew. Do you remember what it was like when he was 12?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to every baseball tournament around the country.
Man. Did your son get into baseball because of your baseball, or did that just kind of ran in the family?
Then he had.
Did you influence him, or did he want to play baseball?
Well, I didn't want him playing football, so I said pick a sport.
Yeah, everything but football.
Everything but football. Because
Landon, you're too smart and your head's too big to play football.
I had 5 concussions, so I said I'm not playing football.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you what you got any tips for me? Like, what should I now? Your son's 26. What do I need to focus on? Everyone always tells me they grow up quick.
Yeah, grow up quick. Just be a good dad. Be their best friend. I call my son best pal.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
your best pal to your son.
He's my little bro.
That's it, bro. I saw the.
I woke
videos.
him up this morning. He laying in bed. It was like I walked in. I was like, "Let's go make money." He's like, "Oh," gets out of bed. Okay, like a zombie. He's like, "I was out till 11 fishing." I'm like, "Oh, damn, dog."
Yeah, that's great that you guys bond like that. With
Yeah, he'll literally just fish all night long by himself. I look out there before I go to bed. He's just on the dock just fishing. I'm like, all right.
There you go.
Doing his thing, man.
Best thing in the world. Quiet, nature, right?
Yeah. Tarpon. We're gonna get some big marlin. We're going to Hawaii for a month. Me, Landon, Victoria. We got a boat. We're just fishing like 30 days straight.
Wow.
In Hawaii. So Landon's gonna be second time he's been. He's been in Hawaii three times? 2 times. 2 times to Hawaii. First time he went to Hawaii, he flew there by himself on a plane. Yeah, that was pretty epic.
When are you going? When is that?
In July.
There you go.
July 4th in Hawaii. Won't be a bad time. All right, so Nasdaq, we are sitting here at the 830s. $1 million question now is, do we push higher? Do we chop? What do we do?
I say they drop from here.
Steve likes to drop from here. But I mean, the problem is it just takes one
tweet.
That's
it.
You got to love the Trump. We're back in it. Were you trading the day? I was gone.
I'm
when
8 for Trump.
No,
tweets.
were you there when Trump said like buy the dip? Today is a good day to buy the dip.
Yeah, I knew that the next day the market would be up huge.
No, it went up that day. Remember, it went up like 1,000 points that one day.
And
it kept going. But I'm just saying, like that. I wasn't trading, but I can't even imagine. Imagine being long. What do you? I mean, and the market literally rips up 1,000 points in like 5 minutes.
When the president of the United States says
that was
buying
crazy.
stocks,
yeah,
it's a sign that something's coming out.
I don't think any president has ever in history ever tweeted.
No,
it's a good time to buy.
No one's ever said that.
So I mean, now we know.
No one's ever said that.
The funny thing is, like, I tell people, all this tariff talk and all this bullshit, it's all just posturing. It's just like it's China, it's America, it's everybody just like trying to flex on each other. And at the end of the day, we all know who's going to win the battle.
United States.
The USA. I mean, every other country is so dependent on us. It's just they can't. China wants to be like, oh, we're not gonna barter with America, but it's like, we know you're going to. You're going to.
It's just a matter of time and when.
Yeah, they're going. They have to.
I mean, this president really wants the best for this country.
Well, it's also, I think the best way to think about it too is like, who does Trump love the most? Trump loves Trump, right?
Himself.
And what's best for Trump? Stocks up.
Exactly.
Like the economy going up is what's best for Trump. And that's kind of like, I like it. I like the idea that I'm like, at least my president He wants the economy to go up because like he wants to make money. Where like if Kamala was president, I'd be like, damn, she don't even know what money is. She don't even know how, like she got no money, so she don't care about money. So I'd be like, well, I'm kind of scared.
Election night, I was shitting my pants.
No, I knew I told everyone there's no fucking way. Like there's just no way. I'm like, I know America ain't that dumb. Come on.
Whoa,
we got to turn the page, Steve.
Yeah, got to turn the page.
If I had to hear that speech one more time, we just need to turn the page. I mean, how many presidents have you traded under now? I mean, a bunch. And it's what's crazy is you've really went through the spectrum of different monetary policy, different growth in the country.
Greenspans, Bernanke's.
Yeah. The different feds. You were there for the 2008 crash.
Oh my God!
What was that like?
I remember when Bernanke came out and said, the subprime market remains contained. I'm like, this guy's a moron.
Where were you at during that time?
I was up in Danbury, Connecticut, and I remember. I just remember I said, this guy's full of shit. And that's when the blow up of Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers and everything, because they were given.
You gotta keep that open.
They were given like 40% margin to these firms. I'm like, it's just insane.
I mean, the Bear Stearns thing was just hilarious.
I knew Ace Greenberg, one of my good friends from Bear Stearns. He founded. I never forget. I was working as at Westchester Country Club, valet parking cars, and I was 16 years old. And I read a story that Ace loved Macanudo cigars, so I ran to the bar. I had like $10 in my pocket, and I said, can I get 2 Macanudo cigars? He said, Stevie, they're $5 each. I'm like, $5 each? I'm fucking broke. I got enough money in my... So I gave the guy 10. I walk into the bathroom. I'm outside. I see Ace Greenberg walking out of the reception, going to the bathroom. So I walk in, and I said, Mr. Greenberg, this is for you. He goes, no, Ace. I said, I know you like Macanudo cigars. And he said, I'll take 2 of you versus 10 guys from Harvard. And Ace and I became best of friends after that.
Yeah, I mean it's I think I kind of wish that I lived through a different era of trading. No, I do. I kind of I wish I wish it was more like that. Now everything's online now. No one really talks to anybody. It's just like everyone's just on their computer, got their lines on the chart. It's just not like, I've been to New York a few times. Donnie, I went up there with Donnie, with you. And I went up there to New York a few times and got to go to the New York Stock Exchange and got to meet all these guys and go to lunch. And, it's like, it really is like a big fraternity, right?
Oh, yeah, huge.
Everybody knows everybody. It's like, oh, Donnie, yeah, I went to college. Oh, we should trade at Merrill Lynch. And, we worked on the subprime, floor. And it's like, everybody knows everybody. But now it's just like everybody just goes online and pretends to be something that they're not, that's probably like my favorite thing now.
Yeah, I mean, but
everybody's a market wizard.
Yeah.
In 2025.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's got it figured out.
Everybody, all the bullshit, out there. And that's why I love what I do now. And I love what you do now because in all honesty, and I say this from my heart, I'll call out anybody, right?
Yeah.
Because I see the bullshit in people and you're real, and what I love about you and what we do together is that we really give a shit about the person. Most of these people don't give a shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I say, like if you run a website or you run a chat room and you use a fake name, you don't have no skin in the game.
No.
Right? Like if you charge a bunch of people a bunch of money to take your calls and you have a fake name, blah blah blah. Your name is the Ghost. It's like, well, what do you really have? Like, what's the skin in the game? What do you like? You have nothing stopping you from just saying, "Fuck everybody, I got your money, peace." For me, I told people, I'm like, at the end of the day, the cars, the money, all this stuff, like my name is everything, right?
100%.
Once my name is like tarnished past whatever point of repair, what do? You can't make money anymore. It's over.
You're done. It's over.
So it's like that's always been the biggest thing for me. I mean, obviously I've zigged and I've zagged, but I feel like at the end of the day, you ask most people, like, yeah, I like Patrick. He's a good guy.
Real. You're real.
He's a real guy.
I seen you in person. I see the way you, like I am. We communicate with people. We treat people like we know each other for 30 years. These other people don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
That shit, when I lived in Hawaii, it's a big thing in Hawaii. Like, everyone knows everybody, right? Because the ohana, right? So like your neighbors are your family. So everyone knows everybody. Like when you move somewhere, if you move into a house in Hawaii, you meet your neighbors first thing. They come over, hey, I'm your neighbor, blah, blah, blah. Everyone wants to know what's going on because that's your neighborhood, that's your family. Whereas when I lived in Hawaii, everybody knew everything. So I didn't even lock my front door. Like it was safe. Everything was safe because my neighbor, if somebody went in my house that wasn't me, they would call me like, hey, there's somebody at your house.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays in Florida, I don't even know my neighbors. They don't even like, I went up next door, I knocked on the guy's house and I was like, hey, I'm your neighbor, I'm Patrick. He's like, okay, so what? And I'm like, just introducing myself, you know, if there's ever any issues or anything, you know, if something's too loud or you got a problem, call me. You know, like we're neighbors.
No, you're straight up. I mean, people don't live by that code.
I was raised that way. I was raised in the country. Everybody knew everybody.
I grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Forget it. You know, I grew up in the Bronx where you left your door open at night. You know? I mean, everybody knew each other, you know, and...
But it was also people kept you in check, right? Because your
Absolutely.
uncle, like, in Hawaii, it's like, oh, my uncle and my aunties. If you did something stupid, like, I was scared to speed in my neighborhood because I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
If I speed, you know, uncle down the street's going to whoop my ass.
Beat your ass.
Yeah, you're going to be like, oh, I saw you fucking going 5 miles over the speed limit. Like,
Yeah,
I was afraid to speed because I was like, oh, shit.
No, yeah, I mean, I grew up in a different era than you, obviously.
Yeah,
But
it was the same thing. If you did something stupid in your neighborhood, they would slap you. I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
my father, one time, I walked in, I didn't see, I said something stupid. I turned around, he kicked me so far in my ass, I went flying through, killed myself against the refrigerator.
Yeah.
You know?
But you learned.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that, you learn.
I mean, you know, obviously with Landon, he's a pretty good kid, but he'll get out of line sometimes, and I got to remind him. I'm like, hey, you know, for me, my biggest thing with him is like, you're a direct representation of me.
Absolutely.
If you look like a fucking moron, you do something stupid, you make me look like an idiot. So when we go places and, you know, other kids are being idiots, they're screaming and yelling or whatever they're doing, and Landon's sitting there looking at them like, what's wrong with them? I'm like, their parents are idiots. Right? Because like if you let your kid go in public and be an idiot and cause chaos and jump on stuff and do stupid shit, you're like, obviously the parent's the problem.
Yeah, but
it's not the kid.
Yeah, but you know what you're addressing? It's a reflection of you.
Yeah.
You're molding your son.
Exactly.
And you're
I'm gonna mold
molding
him into a little Nasdaq monster.
S&P.
No, Nasdaq monster. Don't worry about Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve says S&Ps. No, but it's a reflection of you, of your values, of your inner, you know, your core, and what you're teaching your son. I watch your videos. I see the way you guys fish and things like that, and it brings a tear to my eye because it just reminds me of when my son was younger and all the baseball tournaments and all around the goddamn country I've been to.
Yeah.
You know, being with him, spending time with him. My daughter, you know, getting recruited by Florida State, UCLA for women's soccer. Going to all the different camps and tournaments. Oh my God. Spending the time, even driving from New York to Florida, go to Florida State, the bonding time. It's really super important. A lot of parents don't do that. And, you know, and they don't have the time. And you make the time, as I do, to spend time with your children.
Yeah.
It's important.
Well, I'm very fortunate, obviously, because I've built a life where I'm able to bring him to my job. I'm able to, you know, do fun stuff. We're able to go to Hawaii for a month. So I've worked really hard because that was my thing, right? Like when he was born, all my friends, they were all doing stupid shit. Yeah. And I was like, I got a kid. Yeah. I can't go out and drink all night. I got to work. Like I would work 24 hours a day to make sure that I could provide, you know, and that was the thing. I was a kid.
You got a good father.
I was a baby when he was born. Like I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to change a diaper.
I'll rephrase that. You have a great father.
I remember when we did at the hospital, we had to like, you know, do some medical stuff, and I'm like holding him, and the nurse was like, oh wow, you really know what you're doing. I was like, no, I grew up on a farm. Well, I gave birth to all kinds of animals and stuff. I'm just holding this baby. I'm like tripping around. They're like, oh wow, you really know what you're doing. I'm like, never held a baby before. But
I think he held you upside down one time.
No, I mean he definitely fell off the bed a few times, but luckily he got a big head. My dad always says, "Wieland's wobble, but we don't fall down."
There you go.
That's what I'm instilling in him. That's the big thing too. Is I try to really instill the fact of like, hey, life ain't just rainbows and butterflies.
No,
it's fucking hard. Ain't nobody gonna owe you anything.
Nope.
Right? Respect is earned. And that's just something that I think we've really gotten away from in society.
Yeah, I think, you know, I live by the motto peaks and valleys, right? And sometimes when I'm flying, I'm like, oh, shit, okay, a drop's coming somewhere along the line, so get ready.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you got to be ready, and you got to persevere, and you got to have the inner strength. And that's the same thing with trading. You got to persevere. You got to really, like I said, you know, you trade the right patterns, be disciplined, hit your goals for the day, stop, watch, learn, listen, always learn from someone like yourself or myself or whoever. But the thing is that it's really about the lessons learned. Every minute is valuable and all.
Yeah, I mean, a red day is not a failure.
No.
Right? If you follow your plan, you get stopped out, whatever it is, and you're done for the day, like, hey, you did what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Right? Every trader's going to have red days. Every trader's going to lose. Like, it's just part of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I tell people, I'm like, if I have a 70% win-loss ratio, well, you're like, wow, 70% of the time. That means 30% of the time I'm going to hit, my stop loss.
Absolutely.
Right? And does that mean I fail? Like, no, because 70% of the time I'm going to make money.
You think I like to lose? I want to kill myself.
Well,
it
hey,
happens. But
can't take it with you,
No, but the thing is that you learn from it and you just go on. But no revenge trading.
So I basically, with Tradeify, prop firm, I went through their program. They put me into a live account. And there was a lot of pressure on me because everybody's watching. Like, oh, everyone's seeing the numbers. Like, Patrick's. And right away, I kind of just I changed up my strategy. I started doing some different stuff. And I was like, I'm going to try something different. I don't know why I thought I was going to try something different. I don't know but I messed up, right? And I just kind of, I was like $30,000 in drawdown. I was obviously I wasn't below zero, but I was up about 40,000, and then I gave back about 30. So I had $10,000 left in the account, and I was like telling people, I'm like, it might be over, right? Like I might lose that account. I'm not going to be able to do it. But I just stopped thinking about where I was at, and I started focusing on like where I wanted to go, right? And I stopped worrying about what my drawdown was. I started worrying about like, let's just trade. Let's get those $2,000 days, those $1,000 days.
Singles.
Yeah. That $30,000 drawdown don't matter. What matters is like what I'm going to do tomorrow, what I'm going to do the next day. And now I think I came back from $30,000 drawdown, and I think I'm up like 120 after being down 30. From my high water mark. Like, but people would, a lot of people were like, oh, you suck, you terrible. But I'm like, hey, I grind it back, and here we are now. But that's every trader, right? Like you've been trading for 40 years and you've seen a million different traders come and go, but like the guys who stay around, they have to go through the ups and downs.
You don't think it happened to me?
Oh, I know it's happened.
I had $45,000 loss in Tesla a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Happened to me, made it back.
Yeah.
But, over time you make it back and you trade the right patterns and you just come back. But, nobody who's in this game likes to take a loss. Yeah. Nobody. And that's where you have to separate yourself. You have to say to yourself, okay, here's Trump's announcement right here, looks like.
Tweeting.
Yeah, he's tweeting. They just rallied 50 handles. But, when you're trading your own money, I have people who trade their own money and then they stop when they hit their goal. They go they trade prop. I have people who trade a single prop account. I have people who trade prop account and then 4, 5, 10 accounts. But the key thing is that if you take a loss, it's not the end of the world. It's not, like you said, it's not failure.
It's not.
It's not.
It's really. I think that's what people have to do. They have to understand that like you're gonna have losses. To be a profitable trader, you have to have losses, right? That's just a fact. Like you have to be able to cut off your losers and focus on the next winner.
So I have a quote back in my office, and the founder of Macy's failed 88 times in his life before he was successful.
Yeah.
Failure makes you stronger. It gives you the ability to see the mistakes you made. So if you have a bad, shitty trade, go back and look at why you did that stupid fucking
That's
trade.
my favorite. People are like, Patrick, I keep losing money every day. I'm like, but what are you doing? Like, I just keep trying to short or trying to do this. I'm like, okay. So you just answered it. You literally just answer what your problem is.
Right. You got to go back. At night, sometimes I'll go back. I'll come back to the office and I'll, if I have some spare time, and I'll just look at some of the patterns I looked at. I'm like, I should let this run a little bit longer, this, that. You're always evaluating yourself. Yeah. That's the only way you want to, that's perfection. Yeah. More or less. But it's also, there's randomness in the market, right? Like today, perfect example of like, you could have done everything by the book today. You could have taken every single setup by the book. And when those tweets come out, it don't matter. No. Right? So what are you going to do? You're going to sit here and stare at the charts like, fuck, what did I do wrong? Like you didn't do anything wrong. That's the market, right? That's just the world we live in. Sometimes, you're going to just have those crazy trades. But if you put stop orders in, you're protected.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, you're protected, but I think some people, they get down on themselves because, oh man, I had a red day, and they really get down on themselves. And I've done it. You kind of like, you just don't want to go into, you can go to a very dark place.
Yeah, you can. It can play mind games with you, but at the end of the week, as long as you're in the green, that's all that matters.
Well, even if you're in the red, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
That's what the bumper says.
I mean, at the end of it's really about where you're at the end of the year.
Correct.
Right. You can have 3 or 4 bad months in a row, and then you can still end at the end of the year and very much in the green if you just follow the plan.
1,000%. 1,000%. You can't be that hard on yourself. You have to be hard on yourself to learn. But if something happens where, you're down on the day or something like that, you stop, okay, you take a deep breath, no revenge trading, you come back, there's another day, or you just watch the rest of the day. You can't make 500 on a Tuesday, 500 on 500 on a Monday, 500 on a Tuesday, 500 on a Wednesday, lose 3,000 on a Thursday, and lose 1,000 on Friday. You keep doing that shit, you'll go freaking broke.
Yeah.
You just got to be consistent and just go for singles and doubles, and it's okay. Listen, we're human beings. People make mistakes, and whether you're trading or whatever, but as long as at the end of the month, year, you're in the positive, you're in the green, that's all that matters.
Well, I tell new traders, right? If you're a new trader, their focus should not be on how much money you're going to make. The focus should be on how much money you're not going to lose, right? Like you're trying.
100%.
The goal is to not lose money when you first start out. Just don't lose money for a year. Mm-hmm. And I tell people, I'm like, are you willing to do something every single day for a year with the idea that you might not make any money? Mm-hmm. Like, are you okay with that? And they're like, oh, what do you mean? I want to make money right away. I'm like, well, don't start.
I know a guy that came to me. He literally blew up 60 prop accounts.
Yeah.
I said, what the fuck's wrong with you? I said, do you know what you're doing? You don't even know what you're doing. You're gambling.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing. You have to take 10 steps back, stop buying prop accounts, learn, then start buying prop accounts.
I had a guy, he said, Patrick, once I get my first payout, I'm going to buy your course. I'm like, wait, what? He goes, he's a new trader. He's like, once I get my first payout, I'm going to buy your course. I'm like, but you should buy the course first. He's like,
exactly.
No, I got to get a payout first. I'm like, well, that's a silly fucking idea.
It's a bad mentality.
It's a very bad mentality.
You got to learn, right? You got to learn, right, before you can pull the trigger.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like the idea of people thinking they're just going to go and play on the PGA Tour and be successful in the first year.
No, like if somebody said to me, getting, the Daytona 500, I want you to drive.
Yeah.
I'll crash around turn one in the first lap.
100%.
Like what the hell do you think I'm going to do?
Yeah, but that's the thing about the market, right? The market really, like, there is no rules. It's not going to stop you. There is no, validation. You don't have to have a special license. You have, if you put money into an account, it's going to be like, okay, Steve, no problem. We'll take your money. We're not going to stop you from losing money. We're not going to tell you it's a bad idea.
I showed my guys. I did a funded account. I'm in a master one now, and I just did it for the hell of it. I passed him 3-4 days or whatever. I'm like, this is how I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Follow what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. Right. This is okay. You got to be disciplined. You got to trade the right patterns. You have to have your rules. You have to have your stops in place, etc. Boom. That's it. But I find a lot of people. I'll tell you right now. This is, I think, the big problem that I'm seeing. People are their own worst enemies.
Oh yeah, 100%.
People are their own worst enemies.
Like even today, people love to fight the trend. They love to fight, something simple like, oh man, I'm gonna keep shorting at the 700s just because I think it's gonna go lower. And it's like, but why? Mm-mm. Why do you think it's gonna go lower? Just because you have a feeling? Mm-hmm.
I told my before I left yesterday, I said I would sell any new highs, and these are the levels on the 60-minute. I'm a buyer until those 60-minute time frames break, and they didn't break. You see them; they bounced off it. They bounced off it this morning. S&Ps. I think the S&Ps had to take out the 35 level. They got down to 60, nowhere near it.
Yeah,
that's why they rallied.
I like it. Well, I mean, here we are at the highs, pretty much sitting there. Nasdaq going nowhere after Trump tweeting and China stuff going on. We got a pivot point up there, that 21,900. I feel like it might take a minute. We might kind of chop around and grind around here, but at some point we'll take out that hourly candle high just to kind of do it for fun. Just knowing that everyone, they like those stops up there is the theory on it. Someone said, Steve, how do you know it was going to bounce? You said it was a 60-minute chart. You're looking at the hourly chart. You saw the lows down there, 21,700.
Yeah, coming here, I knew the 30 and 60-minute time frames. I knew the levels, and that we were nowhere near those levels in the Nasdaq or S&P. Or for my work. My algorithms, I had huge support underneath there. And there was no way in God's creation they were gonna break.
I like it. Trust in the system.
Absolutely.
Trust in the plan.
You got to believe in what you're doing, right? And so you got to believe in the pattern. You got to believe in, in what you're seeing. Trade what you see, right?
Yeah. I think the biggest issue for a lot of traders is they try to fight the market more than they're trying to just let it go.
100%.
Like, hey, if the market wants to go up, let it go up. If it wants to go down, let it go down. But
Exactly.
you don't need to try to stand in front of it and stop it.
Exactly.
Try to buy the dip. Oh, I'm going to buy the dip here. Like, why? Just trade it. Be patient.
I mean, this right here is like a scalping market right now.
Yeah.
Because, obviously because of the news with with the tariffs and everything like that. But this is, now it's lunchtime here. It's going to be really quiet, pretty much. Maybe you pick something up between 2 and about between 1.
You don't really look at volume, right?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
no.
me. See, people always ask me that, like, why do I not look at volume? And I'm like, I don't really need the volume.
It's bullshit.
Yeah,
It's bullshit. I don't look at volume at all.
yeah, I'm the same way. I just feel like it's just something that I don't need to worry about.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm focused on is the levels,
Levels,
key levels.
divergences.
Yeah, market moving.
Market. Yeah. You want to look at, points and,
Well, I get the guys are always like, oh, I do volume profile. I love looking at volume profile. I'm like, I mean, I never
own.
look at volume profile.
To each his own.
Yeah,
I don't do
well,
it.
because the volume, a lot of times, volume profile it'll line up exactly where there's support and resistance. Because how'd that volume profile get built there? Because there's support and there's resistance. If we look at volume profile right now, I'm sure there's a lot of volume down there at the 21,700s.
Yeah.
But I don't need to have it on the chart because I know there's support there.
I mean, dark pools, like you can see where, some buyers are and things like that. And,
I mean, if I see, like, let's say I'm looking for a move up and I can see on level 2 that there's a big buyer aggressively just like getting every dip. I'm like, okay, I like that confidence. Just because I'm like, at least I know there's somebody participating. They're buying, right?
if I tell you I never look at level 2.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying for me, that's the only time that
Yeah.
I'm really like, oh, I see there's 100 lots sitting on the bid right now, and that guy it keeps getting filled. I'm like, I'm not trying to short where that guy is getting his 100 lots filled, on the bid.
Especially 100 lot on Nasdaq.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When you do see 100 lots on the bid, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna get in front of that guy. Also, same thing. Let's say we're pushing up and I see there's 30 lots, at 850. I'm gonna put my order at 847. Because I'm like, I don't want to wait for that guy to get filled. Because I'm going to be probably last in line to get filled there.
But a lot of these algorithms, like especially on the S&Ps, you'll see like a 500, 800 lot pop up. And
Yeah,
things like
on the ES for sure.
Yeah, and it's all fugazi.
But see, that's the difference between the Nasdaq and the ES. There's a lot more spoofing in the sense of size on the ES.
Yeah, huge spoof.
Because you can put 500 contracts on the ES, and you're like, oh, look at this 500 contract lot sitting there.
Yeah, like my assistant says to me, this is like 800 off it at like 90. I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. If anything, it's meant to be taken.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I don't. It's not like my end all be all, but just like I like to see that. Oh, there's a big buyer. You can also see when it's like kind of getting bought on those dips, where it's not just like bleeding out, but it's like every little dip you're getting wicks. You're getting wicks because somebody's buying the dip.
Yeah.
Like if you look like right now on the 1 minute chart, it's kind of like we're pulling back into that EMA, and it's kind of these little dips are getting bought, right? Dips are getting bought. What's the kind of the theory? If the dips keep getting bought, we got to go higher, because now we got to squeeze those shorts out that are trying to sell here.
Nice little bull flag right there.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Even the guy who's been trading for 40 years knows what a fucking bull flag is. I have people all the time. They're like, bull flags don't work. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Are you crazy?
The market literally moves off of bull flags and bear flags.
Well, I mean,
on different time frames.
Yeah,
but like you look at a bigger time frame, like
yeah. I mean, I can. whoever tells you that,
I'm telling you, there are people out there that are like, bull flags are bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, they're bullshit. All right.
No, they're bullshit.
The fucking America was built on bull flags.
Damn
boys.
straight. Damn straight. Absolutely. Bull flags and bear flags. That was a nice bull flag right there on the 1 minute there.
But it was like wick. I'm not. If I'm looking at, I know you don't really look at candles, but if I'm looking at those candles and I see wick on the bottom of those candles, it's just like, okay, that's telling me that there's something buying, something's getting those little dips.
Yeah.
But then it's like same thing. If I see a big wick on top of the candle, then I'm like, ooh, it's kind of scary.
I mean, I don't use the 1 minute because I'm 62 years old.
Yeah.
But I mean, I see them on 3 and 5 minute time frames all the time.
I mean, well, that's the thing too. I tell people, I'm like, look, if there's a bull flag on the 5 minute chart, there's a bull flag on the 15 minute chart, then I'm like really excited, right?
Oh, my heart goes.
You give me an hour time frame, bull flag, then Steve, I'm all in.
Oh my God! I think there was a couple of bull flags on the 60-minute time frames on some stocks. I think CRWV. I had one a couple of days ago. I think there was a couple on Avago.
Yeah.
monster moves, though.
Yeah.
You take the measured move. I mean, it's huge.
I mean, it's just pent up. It's pent up energy. That's what that is, right? Those flags are basically just energy. They're just price action building up and consolidating, and getting tighter. And then when you finally get that breakout, it's just like the whole market is waiting for that breakout. What's going to happen?
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
we had a
perfect example. Bitcoin. Big old bull flag on Bitcoin. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to go down. I'm like, on what world?
Bro, they're crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
That's buyers and sellers battling. You know, it's pulling back and sellers are selling, and then all of a sudden, there's that breakout. What are the sellers going to do? They got to get out.
I think it was 2 days ago. I had two monster bull flags on the 5 and 15 minute time frame. On the Nasdaq ran 50 on the 5 and 90 on the 15. S&Ps ran 12, and then the second one ran about 25. These are monster bull flags. I mean, the market has bull flags and bear flags every single day, at least 2 to 3.
Well, that's what my whole entire existence is built on. Just a very simple idea that, I mean, you already know, but like I basically believe that the market moves in waves, right? You get a wave up, it pulls back, and I want to be positioning myself in that wave. I don't want to be buying at the top of the wave. I want to be waiting for that bull flag, and that's the perfect example. Bull flags, bear flags basically let you get in at the bottom of that.
I'll tell you another
wave
thing.
move.
I firmly believe that these patterns repeat themselves
all
the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And then you know what also happens too is the market gets into a rhythm where it loves to like, you know, you'll see the same thing happen. Like if you look at a month of action, you'll see a lot of times that same exact kind of setup. You know, we get that little push up at open, the full rip down, and then the V recovery. Right, it's like, why'd that happen? But you see it. It happens over and over.
Why does it happen? Because there's probably divergences on various different time frames that cause that. 3 days ago, I said on the opening, I said I'm looking to buy the Qs, Microsoft, and Spiders on the opening. Why? I had beautiful buy divergences on the 15, 30 minute time frames. When we pushed down, it was like a slingshot back up.
Well, that's just, again, it's just like that energy, right? Just rocket fuel.
You cannot mess with divergences. I'm telling you. I tell people all the time, if you could master divergences, you've mastered the art of trading.
Well, like that's my new goal in life, to master the divergences. I mean, like I said, I pretty much already do it. In the fact of I'm looking like right now, the ES is getting real tight there, right there at that 94 level, right below that pivot. Nasdaq a little breakout here. If the ES starts ripping here,
so look at that little 1 minute bull flag. We ran 4 handles on the S&P.
Oh yeah, all day.
So like if you bought like a 3 lot on the S&Ps, it's just not bad. 3 lots, $600. Right there. If you bought 91s, you made 3 points. Not bad. $450 on a 3 lot. You have more than one account. Day's over, right?
Yeah.
Over. OVA.
OVA.
T-shirt. Landon.
All right. So the ES is sitting right there below that pivot point, just getting tighter and tighter here. The Nasdaq also. We just need some follow through there, and then things get started. But what is it? 11:14. I'm normally done trading by now. But I mean, at the end of the day, hey, that 960 area on the ESs.
Yeah, my number coming in was 559.35. If that took it out, then the 60 would have reversed. But there was no way that was going to even come close.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because what's funny with that level is even with the Trump news or whatever, the tweets and stuff going on, it still respected it.
Yeah.
So like you can get rid of all the noise and just get rid of the candles and be like, okay, 960s. If the price gets to that level, I'm a buyer.
Double bottom.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
Brandon's biting his nails. I think he's hungry.
You hungry? Are you trading still? You're only up $47.
Come on, get to the 100 spot. Let's go. Get to the C. You got to get to the C note.
C note. It's just stuck there.
Did I say Landon? Did I say
yeah.
Landon? Sorry.
You didn't even know. Oh, man. All right, Nasdaq. I mean, it's hard to not think this is going to go 90s, 900 from here. But timing is everything. ES is still stuck there. ES still stuck inside the 15-minute range. Nasdaq pushed through the 15-minute range.
Making new highs.
New highs on the Nasdaq here. Here we go. ES breaking out. Nasdaq following. There's that push to the 80s now. That 898 level just has a bullet, has a target on its back. It just seems too easy. Too easy there, chat. And would you look at that? Go ahead. Bull flags. Beautiful little bull flag there. 1 minute chart.
Yeah, just ran 30
off
handles.
the 21 EMA. Pushed up there to the highs.
Beautiful.
Broke out there again.
Look at that.
You can see the ES. This is what I was talking about. The ES kind of sitting there consolidating. As soon as the ES started pushing, guess what? Nasdaq rips. They're literally like identical right now for that breakout. Big green candle on the ES. Big green candle on the Nasdaq. Someone says, Steve, what resources would you advise for new traders? Any books, any movies, any lessons, anything?
The way to learn is through dynamic learning.
Yeah. You got to do it.
You can't throw every book in the garbage.
Oof. Not every book.
Well, I mean.
Not the Lord's book.
No, not the good Bible.
Not the good Lord's book.
No, hell no. I'm talking about trading books.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Trading for Forex trading for dummies, you know.
Oh, shit.
Like I got a book, it's like this thick. And I have it just to remind people. It's technical analysis, like, I don't know what version it was. And it's like, oh my God almighty, like who would pay $199 for this book, you know? But people do. You know?
Yeah, they do. I mean, the same thing, people pay $4,000 for a course to learn how to put trend lines on the fucking chart.
Ridiculous.
And they do, trust me.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was driving one point, I stopped somewhere in North Carolina. People were paying $25,000 to sign up for a trading course. I'm like, are you kidding me? Don't do this, man. Don't do this, man. You know, it just ripped my heart out.
Well, you know, the cool thing nowadays is it's always so interesting. All these like 20-year-old kids have just mastered the market, and they're selling Discords, and they make millions of dollars off their Discord, and they make $5 a month trading. And people are like, wow, yeah, you're so good at it. My thing, the way that I live by, or like if you have to, like, if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk.
100%.
Right? You can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, you know, guys, I don't really care about making profits. So it's like, you got to trade. You got to make the money. And I feel like there's so many people out there, so many traders out there, especially with the Discord thing, where they're just like, you got this one kid, he trades like 1 micro. He's like, guys, I called out this setup. I had my 1 micro. I made $50. I'm like, the fuck? If you don't believe in your own strategy enough to trade more than 1 micro,
put on
then,
size.
Yeah, get out of here. You got no time for that.
Bullshit.
So. Oh Lord. I had a day today. We've had some ups and we've had some downs.
Look at that bull flag. Just ran 60 handles.
Oh, trust me, Steve. I am looking at it.
Probably a short up here at 07, 08 for a pullback, for a scalp short, 10s.
Getting fill at the 900s and passing my apex 150K.
Let's go. He's passing apex. 150K count. What do I think about people in the chat asking me what I think about certain influencer that makes money. I'm like, guys, like I said, it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
If some 20-year-old kid is you're gonna tell me that some 20-year-old kid is a fucking market wizard. He's been trading for 2 years and he figured it out and no one else knows what he's doing. Like, come on.
I got 41 years of experience. And how many years you've been doing this? I mean, think of it though.
Almost 8 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
Think of it.
And I'm still learning every day. Still trying to get better every day. But I you know, the thing, it's like, how the fuck are you going to take advice? How is like a 40-year-old man going to learn how to do something from a 20-year-old kid?
They're not going to listen to him.
Well, no, but like either way, you know what I mean? Like what at what point did you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to just, you know, give up my man card so I can go learn how to trade for some 20-year-old kid?
35, 40-year-old, 45-year-old person I know is going to listen to a 20-year-old kid.
I mean,
I'm not
I know.
being disrespectful. I'm
Yeah.
just saying they're not going to do it.
No, it just blows my mind. Because I meet people, I'm like, oh yeah, I bought so and so's course. I'm like, but why? Why did you do that?
Why?
Why? Because they see the Instagram, they see the kid driving a Lambo, thinking
bullshit. It could be all photo bullshit.
Oh well, it's all bullshit. I know. There's literally a kid who just bought a Lambo, and the only money he makes is from his Discord, nothing else.
How do you know he didn't lease it, or how do you know he didn't? Just,
Well, because he makes like $150,000 a month from his fucking Discord.
Okay.
So I mean, I know he makes money because like he's an idiot and he tells me, but. And I also it's just a funny world we live in.
They should pull in here. They're overextended.
Yeah, we're definitely getting. I like see like you like it. You're saying it's overextended, but I'm saying it's overextended because of
could have sold 15
EMAs here.
Yeah, you could have scalped it for 10 or 15 handles here. I'm not a Nasdaq guy. I'm telling you.
I know. You're an ES guy.
But I'm starting to get hooked on this bastard.
Don't do it. It's like that the movie with Dewey Cox. Goes in the bathroom and the guy's in there smoking weed and he's like, "What are you doing?"
S&P is over 6,000. CNBC is going to have their pom-poms out. Well, bullshit.
I gotta get on. I try to get on CNBC at some point. I gotta get on there. Let me get on there.
Dude, it's no big deal.
I know, but I just want to get on there. Tell them what's up. I want to do exactly what Kanye did that one time. He went on Pierce Morgan or whatever it was, and Pierce was saying something. He's like, and Kanye's like, "Pierce, how much money do you make?" He's like, "What does that matter?" He goes, "Why would I take advice from somebody who makes less money than me?"
Oh my God. That's a shot below the belt.
If I make more money than you, why would I take advice about what I should do with my money?
That's a shot below the belt.
I mean, it's just like, I feel like it's the same way though. Like, I know that I'm a good trader. I know that I'm profitable. I know that I've put up numbers. I know that I've done it consistently. So I'm like, why would I sit here and worry about what some person on the internet with a fake name has to say about my trading? I posted my stats last night and some guy goes, "Oh yeah, but the only reason you're up big is because you have more money in your account." I'm like,
what does that mean?
I made more money. Like, that's not money that I just magically appeared. Like, I made more money and that gave me more equity to trade with.
Right.
So I'm a bad person because I made more equity? Like, how does that make sense? Yeah, the only reason that you're up big is because you have more money than everybody else. I'm like, no.
You got to have that Michael Jordan effect. My son last night, we were at dinner, and he showed me a bunch of Michael Jordan videos. After watching these videos, I think Michael Jordan is the greatest ever. But I was watching these videos of Michael Jordan, and I have to tell you, the competitor within made him beyond my even belief. Meaning, the more people that come at you, right, the more like. Say,
I just get fired up.
You, man.
I get fired. It fuels me. I wake up in the morning, I jump out of bed, and I'm excited.
One person.
I'm excited.
If there's one person who questions me or anything, I'm like, let's go, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's it.
It fires me up. It's like old school, like back in the Bronx, somebody's calling you out.
That's it. Roll up the sleeves,
go.
man. That's it.
Steve's ready. Let's go, baby.
That's it. Get in there. No, I mean, I watched those 3 or 4 videos last night. I was like, oh my God.
Well, great thing about Michael Jordan, right? If you look at his stats, people will never talk about. They'll never talk about all the games that he lost. Never talk about all the points that he missed. But when he talked about it, he said, I've missed more fucking baskets than I've made.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But it don't matter.
Yeah.
Right? They don't, because I did it, right? Like, I did it.
So listen to this story. So my son shows me this video of Michael Jordan. It was some years ago. It was Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen, Chuck Daly, and another guy playing golf. So after the 18 holes of golf, Chuck Daly says, "Come on, guys, we gotta get going. We got the game tonight." Michael Jordan says, "No, I'm playing another 18." He said, "Play another 18?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm playing another 18. I'll meet you. I'll be there. I'll be ready for the game."
Yeah.
So Chuck Daly's not going to argue with Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan shows up for the game. So Chuck Daly says, "Okay, Scotty, you got this guy. Charles Barkley, you got this guy. You got this guy. And Michael Jordan, you played 18 holes. You'll guard this guy's bullshit. I want that point guard.
Yeah.
That guy has been talking shit about me all week long." Michael Jordan schooled that bastard.
Yeah.
During the game. So when you're a trader of this caliber or whoever, you have this competitive fire within you. You don't want to be beat, And so when somebody questions you or anything like that, no problem. Let's do it.
Yeah. No,
Game
I love
on.
it. I literally put a thing out on Twitter. I was like, hey, $100,000. Whoever wants to go, right? You think you're a better trader than me? Let's do it. Put up $100,000. We'll trade for a month. Whoever makes the most money at the end of the month wins. And they're all like crickets. Like, well, I don't need it. I don't want. Okay. Exactly.
Step up to the plate.
Exactly. Exactly.
Step up to the plate.
Exactly. And so everybody always gets quiet really quickly when they got to put money up.
Listen, a lot of naysayers, you know?
Yeah.
People, listen, I posted a video on Instagram. People would like trashing me because I have all my screens. You know what?
Oh, yeah. The people love that. That was always my favorite. Everyone's like, he's got so many screens.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? But they don't understand what I do. Number one, I don't sit in front of a screen and they say, how come you don't use tabs? You're going to die from radiation. you're gonna,
this guy's getting a suntan in
I'm
there.
getting a suntan and I'm going to die. This guy, he better buy a coffin. He's going to die from radiation, you know? I'm like, F you, because you don't know what I do. First of all, I disseminate among so many information to various different hedge funds, prop firms, family offices. I'm seeing so many things. My algorithms are running. Plus, I'm doing correlation studies. You can't do everything on one screen. And I'm disseminating everything and I'm teaching to my audience. I'm trading and I'm doing other things. So and the good Lord gave me the ability to do that. So it's not because I want to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. It's how many screens I can have or anything like that. It's something that the good Lord gave me a gift to do.
I mean, to be honest, give me more screens. I want every screen. I want fucking screen everywhere.
That's what I say.
That's what people are like, oh man, he's got so many screens. I'm like, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I want more screens.
I mean, I'm capable of doing it.
Because for me, I like to, if I could have like, 10 screens with all the different time frames. So that way I'm like, hey, look, that line's up there. That line's up there.
I'll call my guy. He'll do it tomorrow.
Steve's got the guy on speed dial. Speed dial.
He lives in Wellington.
Got the screen guy on speed dial. No, I love it. I mean, that's just life, right? No matter what you do, people are always gonna.
Like, I mean, all the bullshit. But guess what?
It's crab mentality.
I don't give a shit.
It's crab mentality.
It's you know what?
You know about the crabs, right?
What?
You know about crabs, right?
No. What's
like it's
that?
crab mentality, right? Like you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket. One of the crabs is gonna figure out how to get out of there. But what happens? All the other crabs are gonna try to grab onto it and be like, "Where are you going?"
Oh, right.
And pull it back down. Right? They don't want someone to get out of the bucket. They're going to see you being successful, and they're going to be like, nah, and they're going to grab. They're going to pull onto you because they don't want you to win.
Analyze historical data, such as K-means clusters, or is it running on live feeds based on your experience and conversation?
Who's talking to me?
Someone paid money to find out, is your algorithm built on K-means clusters, or is it running on live feeds?
Live feeds. TradingView and on TradeStation.
There you go.
And Ninja.
All right. Well, if someone wants to find out more about Steve Kalayjian, where do they go?
SKTrading.live.
SKTrading.live. Well, now that you're in Jupiter, I mean, you're not far away. We got to do this more often.
I'll come once a week, bro.
Once a week he's coming in here. All right. Well, we'll have to see.
Whatever you want.
I'm pretty busy. Ginger.
Ginger. No.
Ginger, he wants to come once a week. Oh, fuck.
No, whatever.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, it was great. Like I said, for me, it was such a cool story to be like, hey, I went to your office. I didn't even know what futures were. I didn't know, like you were like, oh, look at the DAX, look at the diamonds, look at the Qs. I'm like, what's this guy even talking about?
Yeah.
Because I was trading small caps back then. I mean, I was
Forex, I think you said.
No, I was trading small caps, like really just shitty penny stocks. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't looking at the overall market. I had no idea what was going on.
And I screamed at you and I said, trade motherfucking futures.
Yeah, I was like, Steve, I don't know about these futures. I don't know why people are like they're afraid of futures for some reason.
So here's what I tell people all the time. I'm so glad you said that. So people say to me, I'm trading options. I don't know about futures. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, can I ask you a question? Take the word futures out. What if I said, let's trade water?
Yeah.
Let's trade water.
Ooh, okay. I'm trading water?
Yeah, we're trading water.
I like it.
Is that
That's
better?
all?
Better mindset? Is that going to calm your fears? Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something to do with the contracts. People get scared because they're like, oh, I'm going to lose everything. I'm like, no, bro. Your broker's going to cut you off before you lose everything.
It's the greatest assets in the world.
You start out with micros. You put $1,000 into account. You start learning. You're going to lose 1,000. That's part of it, right? It's just part of you got to go through it.
Terry Duffy is the chairman of the CME. I literally had dinner on his birthday. He's the head of the CME. And he told me that night that the micros were coming out to the CME for index futures. I'm like, oh my God. This is going to be
crazy. The volume is crazy on those now.
A grand slam.
When would that have been? Like right around when I was at your?
About 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, but that would have been about 5-6 years ago when I was at your place.
Yeah, but
what's up, gay salesman? But you know what I mean? Like I think that was right around that time.
Probably. But
no, because it's funny because I think I think like you said they launched Bitcoin and maybe gold futures.
Yeah, he was mad because the board wanted him to do the Bitcoin futures first, and he was ready to launch the CME micros, And the board of the CME said, no, we're doing Bitcoin futures first.
Yeah,
And
no,
we did that.
I swear to God, that was literally right around the time I met you.
And then CME came out like about a month or two after Bitcoin futures with the micros, and I'm telling you, it's changed. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for micros, all these platforms would have been finished.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it just really opened up the door for a lot of traders.
It's great because it's a great way from going from paper trading to micros to the big ones, to the E-minis, right? To me, I mean, I trade the E-minis, right? So for me, I like, that the average person can get their feet wet paper trading in sim, and then they can go gradually into micros, and from micros, if they want, on a great pattern. I always tell people all the time, you could use the micros to get going, this and that, but when you see a really freaking kick-ass pattern, switch up.
Like we said earlier, nothing wrong with switching.
No.
Right? Nothing wrong with like trading the minis and then switching to micros. If you're like, hey, I hit my target for the day, I'm good.
That's it.
Go to the micros, trade. Look at my Landon today. What'd you make today, Landon? It's $14 now. You lost some.
You gave it back?
Oh, he listened to Uncle Steve about shorting at the top there. Oh man. Well, hey, it happens, my friend.
I took profit with like $40, but I was like $10 away from 100.
Oh, he was looking at his P&L. Don't trade your P&L.
It's just because my target point.
Is it close? I think it'd be. You should see his shop. The tires touch. Well, I think Steve, it's been absolutely amazing having you here.
Thank
6
you.
years later.
Thank you.
We'll have to definitely do it again. I think everybody
Absolutely.
had a great time. We had some. At one point, we had about 5,300 people watching at one time.
No, that's
so
awesome.
We're getting it
I'm
out
really
there.
proud of you, really. I mean it from my heart.
Oh,
really.
I will give Steve credit. Steve has literally texted me and wished me happy Christmas and holidays for the last 6 years since I met you.
Absolutely.
I met you 6 years ago, and he still texts me to this day.
Absolutely.
I see him on my phone. It's like, Steve Kalayjian, happy Christmas. I'm like, how the fuck?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
man.
well, yeah, I'm just saying. It's just funny because I'm like, I've met a lot of people over the years, and I don't get Christmas messages from a lot of those people.
No,
so if you're watching this, you better text me on Christmas.
I took a liking to you right off the bat.
Yeah.
And,
We had a good time. We came up. I stayed at your house. I mean, we met each other. I was like, all right, we're cool.
I wish you continued success and happiness, man. Really.
Awesome.
You
Well,
deserve
hey,
it. You deserve
I
it.
appreciate you coming in. I know you got other stuff to be doing, but always great to
Let's go eat.
catch up with you. Yeah.
Landon, pick a spot.
We're going to put Steve in the big truck. Big truck.
We're going for a ride.
All right, chat. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for Fresh Cash Friday. Let's do it all over. Well, let's hopefully do it all over again in terms of making some fat checks. And look at the Nasdaq, baby. Look at it.
Rallying? I didn't even know you took my screen down.
All the way to the moon, basically. So it's funny because it really did play out so perfectly in the sense of taking out that low.
You got another bull flag there off the 1 minute I just saw.
Yeah. Took out the low perfectly. That 700 level held support. And there we are, 900s now. So I'm looking good. I think my long-term portfolio is looking real nice right now.
Be careful. Big gaps down below.
Sir,
Word.
Nasdaq only goes higher. NVIDIA only goes higher. But the thing, honestly, though, I would just buy more NVIDIA. You know, this is my like 401k long-term, like my 20-year plan. I got rid of I had like a financial, advisor.
that.
I was like, what a joke. I got rid of them.
What did
All
you
I
do?
buy now is SPY and QQQ.
That's
all
it.
I buy.
I tell people all the time, why in God's creation, I really, it's like the eighth wonder of the world. Why do you spend money paying a 1% or a 2% management fee to somebody to manage your money when all you have to do is buy the freaking spiders or cubes ETFs?
That's all you need.
That's it.
Easy.
Why?
Done.
Why
Done.
put your money in a mutual
Done.
fund or anything? Just buy them. Or every dip, buy them, add to it,
Yeah.
whatever your projection is. That's it. No need to spend
Well,
money.
because they're managed. Those ETFs are managed. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
but
you don't need to manage.
But you don't need to pay.
That's what I mean. The
Like an
ETF is already
RIA,
managed. The
an
ETF
RIA to do
the
that.
ETF is always going to be replacing stocks and putting better stocks to make it go higher.
Absolutely.
So you don't need to pay someone to do that because it's already getting done.
They're doing it for you.
There you go. I like it. If you guys want to learn more, check out Steve.
SKTrading.live.
SKTrading.live. Hit him up. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for Fresh Cash Friday. And I'll see you guys later on. Peace to the Middle East.